I am here. I hate dogs are driving me bonkers right now. Really, really bonkers. So I'm gonna preface this with what I do know versus what I do not know. Okay. So what I do know is this: when Julie G was alive, I know there was a lot of people that didn't like her, and I know why. But everybody knows that I was respectful to her when she was in my chats. And a lot of people did not like that. They were like, well, this is what she did, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, I was always respectful of her. I never showed her any disrespect. I didn't go out of my way to prove what was a lie or what wasn't a lie. All right. Now, a question was asked: did Julie G's husband and her go on a live stream together? The answer is yes. They went on Road Slobs live together. And rather than Road Slob going after him, Road Slob went after Julie G. And he went after her hard. But he can never go after men in general because he doesn't have the balls to go after men. And whenever he tries to go after men, he falls flat on his fat ass. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Now, what I also do know is that Julie G's family, her husband, more so, contacted Terry Lynn and informed Terry Lynn of her passing. Terry Lynn did make a speech about that on her live stream. Julie G's daughter also did reach out to Terry Lynn about what was going on. I do know that for a fact. Because you had Muzz over here trying to disprove that Julie G passed. Muzz was doing anything and everything in her power to discredit Julie G's passing. Okay? Muzz went far beyond what a normal person would have done or should have done. When I heard that Julie G passed, I didn't make a statement one way or the other. I didn't. To this day, I still haven't made a statement one way or the other. And there's a reason for this. And the reason for that is this: the family went through enough, and the family is still going through it. And no matter what we say or how many condolences we send to a family, it does not stop the pain. It doesn't stop the hurt. It doesn't stop the piece of heart that is left behind when people pass. The other reason why I also did not make a statement about it, and another reason why I've never talked about it, is because Julie G was a person on the internet. I never knew her personally. I never. No, I'm telling you what I know, Ronnie. Okay, I'm not trying to score points with anybody. I'm telling you what I do know. Because unlike Muzz over there is a lot that did happen. There was a lot that was said. So I'm not up here scoring points with anybody. I can only tell you what I know. Oh, you met Muzz. Oh. Yeah, I don't like Muzz. Muzz is disgusting, and what she did to that family was beyond disgusting. Okay, Muzz needs to go back to wherever she came from. You're fine, Ronnie. There was a lot of things that were said between Julie G and Terry Lynn. Before Julie G passed away, her and Terry Lynn did get really close. Her and Terry Lynn did become friends. And there were a lot of things, said between those two. But the one thing that stayed the most is that when Terry Lynn told people Julie G had passed, hey, Mandy, I hope you're doing good. Muzz decided in her infinite wisdom to go and harass a family. Okay? Nobody does that. No normal person did that. And I still to this day did not make a statement one way or the other. Because like I said, I never knew Julie G like that. And like I said, no matter what we say to a grieving family, it's not going to mend a broken heart. Yes, it's really nice to send condolences, but at the same time, she was on the internet. It's not like, I knew her in real life. I'm not making excuses. I may sound like I am, but I was never really close to Julie G. She came into my chats every now and then. She was part of the convo sometimes. That was it. So I never knew her like a few other people did. And when I heard that she passed, I was in shock. Literally, I was in shock. Because she was just in my chat room a couple days before she passed. And it was a shock to me. And it's still a shock to me. Like, I'm still expecting Julie G to come into my chat and say, hey, Dom, what's up? How are you? I'm still expecting her to come in here and just have a chit chat. You know? And that is something that's really hard to do because, some people, make you really brighten, they make your day a little bit better. Now, like I said, I know Julie G had problems. We're all not perfect. We aren't. But she was trying to be friends with everybody. She was trying to, get along in her way. But listening to that live stream that Muzz did, it really irked me. And I'm going to get into that because there are a couple things in there that Muzz did get wrong. And what Muzz did to that family for her own selfish, spiteful, ignorant, arrogant ways, and still does to this day, is wrong. Now, I did skip past the intro part of Tea-Spiracy and Muzz's intro. I don't mean no disrespect to Tea-Spiracy, and I hope she doesn't strike me. But this is from her, but there are a couple things that I do want to say in this. Now, if I can remember how to do this again, because it's been a while since I did all of this.
Welcome. What's up, everyone? Okay, lots of people here.
And I'm sorry, I'm still getting over the flu.
Say hi to some people. Oh, God, I hate when people do this. Your questions? Yeah, share, Mare. No worries. Thanks, girl. Dog. Can I just say that? And this isn't like, I've decided that for this series, if I end up doing more of this, this is from my friend when I was like in elementary school. And I remember I once tried to explain something to her and then she didn't understand it. And I said it louder. And she's like, just because you say it louder doesn't make it true or doesn't make me understand it. And I've taken that with me through life. So just because you say it louder doesn't make it true. All right, cool. You love facts. And truth. That's how
Okay,
I
I think that was
I mean,
for.
it's not how I roll in like real life. I just mean like on. It's not like I don't have opinions. You know what I mean? All right. I was not. Trigger finger ready. Okay, so we got some ground rules. Okay, the mods, they get a whistle, a fake whistle. If you have a whistle at home, feel free to whistle. And I'm only doing this because I'm assuming like trolls and stuff are gonna come in. But okay, I just asked you a couple things. Like,
okay, Muzz, you just this first part right here. You know what? You're the one that does this. You're the one that doxes people. Who goes to great lengths, going through Facebooks, IGs, going to the great lengths to look up obituaries? Who does that? You're the only one that does this stuff. You disrespect people all the time. Not only did you disrespect Julie G and her family, but you also disrespected your boyfriend when you said that he died twice and he never did. Okay? Please listen until the end before asking questions. I'm not going to wait until the end of the stream to ask a question if somebody is wrong or got something wrong or somebody is wrong. I will interrupt you in mid-sentence. Trust me, I'm good at that. I will interrupt you in mid-sentence and I will correct you. Okay, I will correct you.
one is that you let me get through it because I may answer your questions. Yeah, share, Mare. No worries. Thanks, girl. I may answer what you are thinking, at a certain point. So just bear with me. Don't come in with a doxing name. Don't start calling people funny.
Okay, Heidi Black is back as a moderator.
No name calling, whatever. Leave that for Twitter because I'll be there for it. Shay, keep your steak for yourself. He's fine. No inciting of anything, please. No like let's go, whatever. Screw this person. Yada yada. Here's going to be the hard part for some of you. You're going to have to trust me, which I know is difficult. But for those of you who know me, if there's one thing you can't call me, you can call me a lot of things. Annoying.
You will have to trust me to a certain extent. Muzz, I wouldn't trust you with my life. Muzz, I wouldn't trust you as far as I can spit. You asked one of my own mods for their medical history. You asked one of my mods to send you their medical record to prove they had what they have. What planet are you living on to say that you will have to trust me to a certain extent? No. No. You are the most untrustworthy person I have ever met. Now, if my mod wants to go out there and say, who it was, they can do that. I'm not going to throw my mod underneath the bus. People know this. I will not throw my mod underneath the bus because that is her personal information right there. That is their information to do with. But you asked one of my own mods for their medical history. And you want people to trust you? When you're going behind the scenes asking people for personal information. No. Boo-boo, that it does not work that way. It does not work that way.
Whatever. You cannot call me a liar. I just don't. If I don't know it, I won't say it. You know what I mean? So I'm not willing to necessarily, show everything because it may be a photo, it may be a name, and it will get to, I'm actually going to go through my thought process also because I'm just going to be wide open and not just the facts. I'm going to tell you why I did this, etc. Right?
Yeah, exactly, TT. No doxing, yet she pulled the woman's entire family tree. Correct.
You have trust issues, girl? You've come to the right place. I can't lie. But anyways, if you can't trust me, that's okay. But if you want to see every single, dotted I and crossed T's, may not be the stream for you. I'm just not willing to do that. Shake.
No, but you are willing to go over the line multiple times. It doesn't matter that you don't show everything. It's the matter of the fact that you're doing this stream to begin with, Muzz.
Okay, so let's get a move on. Okay, here's my original thought process.
You have no thought process. If you had a one working brain cell, you would know that this was the worst thing to do. You are a spiteful, vindictive person. I have to control my cursing. I'm gonna try to control my cursing, okay? And I really don't want to act like I'm attacking a woman because I'm trying to get, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. So I'm going to try to reduce the insults and reduce my cursing. This is going to be hard, so just bear with me.
Process, because I want to share it with you. I don't just want to give you, I want to tell you what I was thinking. So obviously we all saw the tweet. No, we heard from someone and some people got a DM and people weren't sure. And then there was a tweet from not the most reliable source, etc. Right?
Okay. Who are you to say who is a reliable source and who's not? Who are you to be up here on the platform going, yeah, blah, 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 blah. The family said that Julie G passed. The family. It came from the family. How can you sit there on your platform saying the family is not the most reliable source? The family is the one that reached out to certain people and told them what happened. Why are you questioning that? Why are you questioning anything? Look, I may be an old timer, but you know what? These are a few things that people know about me. I'm not going to question a pregnancy because that is not my place to do so. Okay? People know that. People know that, number one, about me. I never question a pregnancy. I don't question somebody who has cancer or something medically wrong with them. Okay? I certainly don't question somebody who has passed, and I'm not going to spend my time trying to prove or disprove somebody is passed on or not. Number 4, I am not going to make a stream about anything in general that will violate my principles or that could harm somebody or put a family in a worse position than they are already in. If I have a problem with somebody, I will have a problem with that somebody. I don't bring family members into internet beef. I don't talk about people's families. I don't bring other players into it that are not part of what is happening or what is going on. There is etiquette in social awareness, Muzz. You need to understand those social cues. I don't know what is going on in your head. But what I will say is that you need to leave your house more often and interact with real people, either by joining a social group or by talking to a therapist. Am I saying you're crazy? No. Am I saying that you're mentally unstable? No. You don't have to be mentally unstable to talk to a therapist. But there is a time that you need to realize that what you are saying and what you are doing is not normal. This is one of those times. If I cross that line, you better best believe I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to somebody. Okay? There are social cues in this world of what is right and what is wrong. What you're doing is wrong, yet you don't comprehend that. Now, I could say that's worrisome, which is true, at least in my opinion, that's worrisome. But like I said, I don't know what's going on through your head. But what I do know is that something is not clicking upstairs. Nice house, nobody home.
Now, I don't know who Not the Most Reliable Source is. Like, I mean, I still don't know who she's talking about. I know I was tweeting about it, but like I said, I don't know if she was talking about me. I was literally telling people simultaneously before this stream, before she filmed this, that I was very sure that Julie G was passed away, right? And now, like I said, in this video, Muzz is going to be like, "Oh, I did this because so many people were saying it. That I didn't want conspiracies."
Don't think are completely unreliable. So
cringe, you guys. It gets really
sorry.
cringe. I'm just warning you. Like, if you missed the beginning, you didn't see the family tree she had on Julie G. It's just super cringe. Super cringe. You're super cringe, eh?
Yeah. What makes you think, Muzz, that doing a family tree on somebody is normal or acceptable? You are a stranger to this family and you made a family tree of them. If I was this family, which I'm not, but let me correct myself. If you did this to me, Muzz, or my family, you best believe I would be doing everything in my power to legally go after you. Because this is stalking behavior. This is harassment behavior. And it's right on the verge of bullying. So, yeah, if you did something to me or my family like this, I would be doing everything legally in my power to make you pay. Whether it's financial or jail time, I would find a way to make you atone for your actions.
cool. So,
but then again, when you piss me off, there is no amount of grief that I can overcome to make sure you get what is coming to you. And this goes for anybody.
So that's cool, Cooch. Obviously, my first thought is whatever, right? Hell no. Then I'm seeing more people say, "Oh, but here's this proof and here's that," and now I'm starting to see people in our community put stuff on Twitter or whatever, and people that I, don't think are.
Here's the thing. So what if they were posting proof? Okay? Now, I don't mean to sound that as bad as I made it sound. What I'm saying is this. People were posting that she passed away. You should have dropped it. You shouldn't have done what you did, Muzz. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. You are a miserable spiteful, vindictive, lonely woman with nothing in her life. Okay, maybe that was an attack on a woman. I'm sorry. Let me put $10 in the petty jar. Sorry. The fact is that you're doing this on your own volition. No one asked you to do this. You didn't even bother to ask yourself, is this okay? You went ahead and you did it.
Completely unreliable. So this is usually, and I'll let you into the brain of Muzz a little bit. When something like this happens in the community, usually I go, all right, it's my expert research time.
No, it's not your expert research time. You are not a detective. You are not part of the fraud police. You are not part of a government agency. If you have this much time on your hands to worry about somebody passing or not passing, then, sweetie, you need to get off the internet and get a hobby. You need to go outside. You need to seek some sort of help. You need to unplug, get a job. That would help. Get a job. Join a few social groups. Or go and talk to a therapist. This is not normal. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. You are not God Himself Almighty. You have no regard to anybody except your own self. And that's not really scary. That's just pathetic. Somebody dies in the community and your first response is to play detective. Really? Do you hear yourself speaking? When Julie G passed, did you see me asking for obituaries? No, I didn't ask for obituaries. I didn't ask for proof that she died. I didn't ask that information because it is not my place to ask that type of info. If I was really worried about it, I could have probably looked up the paper, but I didn't. No one was looking for the proof, Muzz. Only you were. Only you.
And I'll be honest, I do this sometimes when things are sketchy, and 99% of the time I keep it to myself.
This is one of those times where you should have kept it to yourself.
I don't know why. It's like my coping. It's like my way to verify for myself. So I can't, it's not that I can't be gaslit, but I try not to be. So I just.
Why are you laughing about it? You are laughing about the fact that you find joy in researching if somebody died or not? Do you not hear yourself? These are signs of a psychopath. You are laughing about the fact that you went out of your way to find out if somebody passed on. Is nobody else seeing the red flags here?
Information, right? So I thought I can't ask anyone. Sorry, let me go back for people who don't. I'm so sorry. Okay, this was a terrible way to start. Let me just backtrack a little bit. There was rumor on the weekend that someone in our community passed away. She has a history in our community. I'm not going to go into like opinions, but she started with the hogs. She has been under a lot of stock accounts.
Okay. All right. I had to opinion here because I don't remember if AZ got this, but you know what? A lot of people have sock accounts. A lot of people pretend to be somebody else. Does it make them a bad person? No, it don't. Not in general. I don't have sock accounts. I can barely remember my own name on YouTube. I can barely remember my own name anywhere. Okay? So no, I don't have sock accounts. But it doesn't matter if somebody has a sock account or not. All right? I never held that against Julie G. Because I always stated that as long as she was respectful in my chat, I don't care one way or the other. Now, that doesn't mean that I excused her behavior for what she did to other people. I understand what she did to a lot of people. I understand why a lot of people did not like her. I never discredit their feelings. Not once did I say, oh, well, you're in my chat, so you're going to have to forego how you feel about her. No, the only thing I said to everybody was that as long as she's respectful, give her a chance. That's all I said. But I will say it again. It doesn't matter if somebody has multiple sock accounts. Everybody has them. Well, some people do. Let me correct myself. A lot of people have them, but a lot of people don't. Not everybody has them, but a lot of people do have sock accounts. And a lot of people have sock accounts for different reasons. Maybe they got blocked out of a chat. Maybe they don't want to be known by their name in another chat. It does not mean they are automatically a bad person.
A lot of untruths, a lot of raised eyebrows. Okay, so there you go. So when we heard.
Can you imagine being in the audience and not knowing the story? Like who? Like, girl, just say the lady's name at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Now I'm saying Julie G's name out of respect for her, not to throw her underneath the bus, not to, show disrespect. She was a person. She existed. I do not want people, unlike Muzz, to go around and forget that she even existed. I don't want that. Because good or bad, she was part of our community. She was a human being. Yes, she had problems. I understand that. Yes, she hurt people. I understand that. But at the same time, she existed. Her name was Julie G. Not that person or that sock account or, that insane person. Her name was Julie G. Muzz. You disrespectful, disgusting, vile human trash. To just label her as some sort of figment of your imagination. That's not the term I was going to use, but it's the only term I could think of. That's wrong. That is wrong. When people are alive, it's one thing to not want to say their name because maybe you have beef going on with them or maybe you don't like them. But here's something. When somebody dies, regardless of how they acted in their life, they do have a right to some sort of respect. Perfect example of this, and I know I'm probably going to get roasted for this. When we talk about Caesar, do we go, oh, it's that crazy guy from Rome that annihilated everybody? No, we say Caesar. When we talk about Columbus, do we go, oh, it's the guy that brought diseases over here? No, we don't do that. We call him Columbus. It's the same thing with Hitler. Okay, it is. We don't call him the terror of the world. We don't call him the assassinator. We don't. We call him Hitler. There are reasons why we remember names. One, we don't want history to repeat itself. Two, regardless of what they did in life, how horrible it is, they're no longer here. They can't do anything to us. They're gone. They're gone. They can't do nothing. So why fear somebody's name if they're not here to, they can't do nothing. Three, while they did horrible things in life, they still have some sort of respect because they're dead. We're not talking about respect in life. We're talking about respect in death. There is a great big difference, Muzz, between being alive and being 6 feet under. And God knows that I do not want to do anything that is going to get my butt whipped from here to kingdom come. If you cannot show respect to the dead, Muzz, something is seriously wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you.
I hate when people do that. They're going to make a whole video, but they're not going to, in the background, she's going to have family trees. She's going to have newspaper articles. She's going to be contacting people, but don't show up in her comment section not having a fucking clue because she ain't going to tell you who she's talking about. Like, come on, man. Really? That's so stupid, but you'll see. It's just like, that was a wonderful rundown. Wow. If you don't know, now you know, huh? Wow. That was really helpful.
Heard, someone got.
Yeah, Mayor, I understand your point. That man, in my opinion, doesn't deserve respect. The fact of the matter is, like I said, they are dead. They did horrible things, but they're dead now. They can't do anything. I know it was a horrible comparison, but the comparison is there. What Julie G did was nothing compared to what these men did. But at the same time, we still remember them, yet Muzz cannot even muster the word or the name of somebody who was a big part of our community in some way, shape, or form. And that's wrong.
Got a tweet from an account or a DM from an account that never existed before to tell her that this person passed away. To us, it was par for the course. I'm not sure, but I don't want to be an asshole saying someone didn't pass away. Pretty much, right?
But that's exactly what you're doing in this live stream. You openly admitted that you were looking into it to verify if she was deceased.
That's really all
too late for that.
Knowledge someone needs to know. And then I said to myself, I gotta look into this myself. Now, it really was originally was all honest to God just for me. It was just for me to know for myself. That was it. I don't normally do this.
If this was supposed to be for you, then why the hell did you make a live stream knowing that this was wrong? You knew it was wrong. You knew this was wrong.
Kind of thing, right? Let's see. No, of course you do. Yeah, I'm sure. Cooch, please unblock Rose. Truce. I'm so sorry for that noise. Muzzy's digging on the couch. All right, so that was my thought process. So just so you know, like how I got to where I got is I'm going, I don't trust anyone right now. Well, not anyone, but I want to look into this myself.
It doesn't matter if you trust anybody or not. What you are doing, there is no excuse. What you did, there was no excuse. Sorry. There was no reason for you to do what you did to that family.
Let me preface with, when I say I do research, I'm probably the most like, you know how For Dummies is part of my brand here? Let's stop it. How I do research is, I know, I'm sorry guys, is Google and social media. I don't pay for anything. I don't have anything special.
Why are you digging into people's personal lives? Why do you think that is okay? That is not okay. That is not normal.
Okay, I just have a whole lot of patience and a little bit of OCD. You can ask Cooch. That's how I planned her vacation. So, and like, you know, a little bit of brain cells and some critical thinking. So I just started looking. I, honest to God, can't even tell you or remember exactly where I started and who.
Why did you even start to begin with? Why did you even start? Oh, hold on here. Copy. Hold on here. Let me see if I can do this. I can't do it. Okay. So it's only fair that I do this. Since I am doing this, since I am borrowing the stream from AZ, I'm gonna put this in here for her. Paste. Okay. That is AZ's wish list for her little girl for Christmas. If anybody in here wants to buy her little girl something, there's the Amazon wish list. I'm not that's if you want to go ahead and do it. I posted the wish list in here because this is AZ's stream, and it's only fair that I do that. So if anybody wants to give her little girl something, there you go.
Who went to led to what and whatever, but I was on like a Facebook rabbit hole and I was just writing it down. And
okay, this is why we need stricter privacy laws. This is why companies like Facebook need to be a lot stricter on who can see whatever. People like Muzz should not have easy access to anyone's personal information.
Who, what, where, and why, etc. Okay. And I started looking and I was just trying to, and you know, people were posting, a lot of what people were posting were, you know, those websites where you just put, what's it called? Like you could just put whatever you want kind of thing, right? It wasn't official. So that was up until probably the end of the day yesterday, I'll be honest.
Because she's so vague and weird, let me explain. So you know how like there's those websites where people you can click on it, like, so you say you're Googling an obituary, right? And it brings you to a shady website and you're like, I don't know this website, like what the heck, is this legit? You know what I'm saying? So what she's trying to say here in her weird Muzz roundabout way is that she did not think that the websites that had the obituary were legit. She thought that they were the ones.
Okay, so I want to correct AZ here, okay, because I don't know if AZ knew this, Muzz was sent the obituary directly from a family member. That I do know as well. The obituary was her local newspaper that was sent to Muzz. That I do know, AZ. That I do know. So for her to sit there and say, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. No. She is trying to cover her ass and justify what she did, when she knew the entire time it was wrong.
You could just kind of make yourself like remember how there was a creator from the true crime community last year who had an obituary, like Truthy, I think the person's name was. I could be wrong, but they put up their own obituary on a website where you can put it up yourself, kind of thing. So that was what we had at the time of this. However, all I needed to know is that her real children in real life were grieving. You know what I'm saying? That was enough for me to be like, hey guys, leave it alone. The lady really is gone, right? But that's not enough for Muzz, because as you heard her say, she doesn't believe hardly anything ever. So yeah.
So then I got wind of I started looking. Okay, why did I do it? I'll go back a bit. Why did I do it? Because here was my thought process. Hold on, I have notes, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, obviously. I did it because...
Okay, this is to Julie G, okay? Nobody added stuff about Julie's family. What was released was done so by the family. So nobody could add stuff or remove stuff. Nobody was adding stuff when the family was posting stuff. And to say AZ is a hacker is a far stretch. That's like saying I'm a hacker, okay? Not gonna happen. Not gonna work. Okay? It's not gonna happen. All right? Now, what we do know about Muzz, what I will say on this notion too, is that Muzz has admitted to forgetting her own passwords and locking herself out of her own accounts, and then claiming somebody hacked into her accounts when Muzz was the one that locked herself out of her accounts herself because she cannot remember her passwords.
Because normally I wouldn't, but I was afraid of two things, right? One of two things I was afraid that, there would be more back and forth between...
I'm sorry about that. Hold on.
Probably October, probably. Because there's a lot of stuff in that one that needs to be covered.
What happened?
Wind of I started looking. Okay, why did I do it? I'll go back a bit. Why did I do it? Because here was my thought process. Hold on, I have notes, but I just want to make sure I don't miss anything, obviously. I did it because...
No, okay, see, this is where she is trying to excuse her behavior, okay? No, there was no excuse for going real life. There was no excuse to dig into the family. There was no excuse, no justification to go after a grieving family. There was no justification. No matter what you say, you cannot justify your behavior or what you did to people. You purposely, on your own actions, decided to stalk Julie G's family, try to reach out to her family. You were looking at obituaries, calling funeral homes. There is no justification for that behavior. And anyone who tries to justify this behavior, there's something wrong with you too. No.
Normally I wouldn't, but I was afraid of two things, right? one of two things I was afraid that, there would be more back and forth between people in the community. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. And it might incite people to go digging. And if someone actually passed away, that could be quite hard.
But that's what you just did. You admitted to just doing that. You are basically telling your own subscribers that it's okay to dig in people's personal lives if they find something weird, or if they don't trust something, or if they find something odd. You are inciting your own viewers that as long as they have an excuse, they can justify what they're doing. It does not work that way.
Harmful, you know what I mean? So I was just like, let me just look,
Okay. Why did I do and why? Oh, sorry. I'm retarded. What did I do and why? I can't read. What did I do and why? So let me answer that for her, okay? She did it because she always had a vendetta against Julie G. She didn't believe she had freaking MS, and she took that shit personally because she's a weirdo and it's the internet. She probably shouldn't have, but she.
Here's the thing, Easy. Muzz doesn't believe anybody who has a medical condition. Okay? Muzz wants everybody's personal information, and she's not entitled to it. This is why, in my opinion, Muzz does not deserve a platform. There's a lot of people that don't deserve a platform, but I'm not going to get into them. But I will say that Muzz does not deserve a platform. She does not have the right to tell people, to ask people for proof on anything that is happening to them. And then to justify why she wants to ask for it? No. No. I lost my damn shoe. I think my dog lost my shoe. Okay, hold on here. I'm going to play this.
She did, and she thought the lady was lying. The lady really was lying. The lady really has passed away, and this really is the first holiday that this family is going to have without her. Now, say what you want about Julie G, which I'd appreciate if you don't because the lady's gone, but, her family is still grieving, and anybody that reaches out to, even if you think there's a chance you might be wrong, that's just cringe, dude. So not only did she reach out, but she literally told the family friend that like the lady's a well-known liar basically, and that's why she's like triple checking, so like I said, she's gonna tell you it's because she didn't want anyone to reach out to them, but that's exactly what she's doing.
Which is wrong.
Make it make sense. Nobody else did. Okay? Nobody except for her. But that's her reasoning. It's not like, listen, nobody was doing that. Nobody. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Muzz. Who was doing that? Who was gonna do that? Please. Because you are the only one.
Nobody was trying to reach out to the family. Nobody, as far as I know, was out there actively looking for proof that Julie G passed on. Okay? Nobody was out there digging in Facebooks, IGs, whatever. They weren't doing it. The only one who was doing it was Muzz. Nobody was out there actively trying to get a hold of the family members. The family members are the ones that reached out to a couple of people and said, hey, look, this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. We all learned, well, not all, a lot of us learned from Julie's passing by what Terry Lynn said. Because as I said in the beginning, Julie G's husband reached out to Terry Lynn to tell Terry Lynn what had happened. Terry Lynn then informed us as subs what had happened. Then a few days later, because of Muzz, the daughter reached out to Terry Lynn and was like, "This needs to stop. This woman needs to stop. This woman is doing a lot of crap." Okay. Muzz was the only one who was knee deep in all of this. Nobody asked her to do it. Nobody was actively looking for things. Now, there were a few questions like, is there an obituary? But nobody was actively looking for that obituary. Nobody was actively looking for family. It was just a question, is there an obituary? Do I think it was asked in malice? No, because a lot of people did want to send condolences to the family. But they weren't asking, well, where's the obituary? We want to see. Nobody was doing that. The only one who was doing it was freaking Muzz.
You are acting like you're stopping people from doing it, but you're the actual one doing it. Like, you're a weirdo, dude. I can't even believe, like, people fell for this shit. I can't even. Let's go on.
Oh, and often harmful, you know what I mean? So digging, and if someone actually passed away, that could be quite harmful, you know what I mean? So I was just like, let me just look, you know, and
you just admitted that it was harmful to dig, and yet you just said, well, let me just look. You are contradicting yourself, Muzz. You knew it was wrong.
Often, like I said, I often do this, but I do it in the sense of I keep it to myself almost to check myself, right? Well, Rose, let me get through it, like I said, because I took quite a path to get there. And I'm going to explain the path because it has to do with sort of my conclusions about things in general, where we stand and where I decided to stop.
Nobody cares about your conclusions, you vindictive petty witch.
Or keep going or etc. Right? So let me just get through it, okay? So where am I? Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to look at my notes here. Okay. Right. Okay. Here's why I did it. Okay. So let me meet in, oh God, I almost just said something I didn't want to say. Let me get to like the bottom line of it. You know, yes, there is a verified passing of Julie Gagne. Okay. However, there was a way. Let me explain my process. Okay.
This is where it gets really weird. There is a verified passing of the woman, okay? But in Muzzland, this is what she's going to beat around the bush to say for freaking ever, okay? There is a Julie G who died, but I don't think it's the Julie G we know. So basically, it's like an imposter. Yeah, that's what she's going to try to tell you guys, okay? Like, this is the... Smoke another one, okay? Smoke another one, all right? I mean, I just don't get it, dude. I don't know, man. This is so crazy. I don't know how far gone you have to be to actually think that. I just can't even. But that's what it's gonna take her 20 minutes to just spit that out, just so you know.
So I started looking, and then I found a GoFundMe. And there was a GoFundMe from Julie's husband's brother. Okay, so I knew that it was legit because before it was posted, when it was posted on the...
Okay, why are you looking into a GoFundMe? Okay, why are you doing that? If there is a GoFundMe, then there's a GoFundMe. But why were you looking for that? You didn't donate anything to it. So my question still stands. Why did you look for it?
The fake websites. I don't know what you call them. I actually reached out to the funeral home to ask.
And here she admits to reaching out to the funeral home. Okay, there are two problems here. Okay. GoFundMe is an active website. To say or suspect that the GoFundMe was fake or that the website was fake, that's a false claim. Okay, that's number one. Number two, like I asked, why were you actively looking for the GoFundMe? Okay, you didn't donate anything. You didn't donate a damn thing to the family. Yet you were trying to figure out if the GoFundMe was real or not. That is not your place to decide if a GoFundMe is real or not real. GoFundMe has their own fraud prevention in the company. Okay? So if you're trying to say, oh, well, I just want to prevent fraud. No. Okay? No. No. You don't have that power. Okay? You don't.
If.
Number two, why did you call the funeral home? There was no reason to call a funeral home. The family doesn't know you from Adam or Eve. Why would you even call a funeral home?
This will be the funeral, like fake websites. I don't know what you call them. I actually reached out to the funeral home to ask if, this will be posted. And they said it's coming. So I said, okay.
Why did you ask them that? Why? It's none of your business.
Did you hear that? I reached out to the funeral home to ask if it will be posted. Now, her whole argument has always been, I never called the funeral home to make sure that she was dead.
Well, we proved that was a lie, Muzz, because you just said that you did. And I'm going to reiterate this. Julie G did not die a year or two ago. Julie G died this year between March and April. I forgot the exact timing, but I know it was between March and April of this year when she passed away. So, to anybody out there going, oh, well, it was a year or two ago. Number one, it was this year. Number two, there is no time expiration for behavior like this. Muzz contacted the funeral home. Muzz stalked a grieving family. Anybody who defends this vile piece of crap, you're just as bad as she is.
Okay, well then what the fuck do you call that? You're calling and you're saying, hey, funeral home director, I have this obituary, but I don't know if it's legit. Are you guys going to be posting one? In other words, like, is this chick really dead? Like, you might as well come out and just say it. Like, your whole, like, way of trying to dig around this, like it wasn't what it was, is really strange, and I think it did you no favors, and
it didn't do anybody any favors, not even the family. Here is a family grieving, and Muzz literally harassed them.
The more you lie about it, the more ridiculous you really look. So your intentions were to confirm that she was really deceased. You just heard it out of her own mouth. You heard her say, I called the funeral home. Right? You heard it. You heard it here, folks. You heard it.
Okay. If reached out to the, like, fake websites. I don't know what you call them. I actually reached out to the funeral home to ask if, this will be posted. And they said it's coming. So I said, okay. Now, this was the first time it hit me is when I saw the GoFundMe and I saw the picture. It didn't look anything like her. And so for the first time it hit me.
Okay. I'm just going to say this, okay? Because Muzz, you're a stupid. Can I? You know what? I can't hold myself back. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say this. Please don't hold it against me. Please. I'm gonna put $20 in my petty jar. Muzz, you are a stupid, 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 idiotic little bitch. Do you know how easy it is for people to change their look? Using a little bit of makeup, doing their hair the wrong way. Maybe it was a 5-year-old photo. Maybe it was a 1-year-old photo. It could have been the picture of her, lying in state. Either way, it is not for you to decipher if it's the same person. You got confirmation from a funeral home, and now you're over there going, well, I didn't think the GoFundMe was real because that picture didn't look anything like her. We have seen her on camera. She never really looked like she did the day before. What kind of warped mind do you have, Muzz? To sit there and go, oh, well, that doesn't look like the same picture. See, I never saw the picture. I can only guess on what's going on here. But you know what? Here's a perfect example. When God rest her soul. God rest her soul. When the Queen died, when her pictures were released, she didn't look like the same person that was there 3 days ago, 4 days ago. People change their looks. People can change. Like I said, simple little bit of makeup, doing the hair differently, lighting, angles. It could have been a black and white photo. It could have been a 10-year-old photo, 5-year-old photo. It doesn't matter. It is not for you to decide if it is the same person or not. If it doesn't look the same to you, then that's on you. But to sit there and go, oh, well, the GoFundMe didn't look real because that didn't really look like her. Do you know how stupid you are sounding right now? When my grandmother passed away and she was lying in state, she didn't look like she did a week ago. You, of all people, should know this. After all, your boyfriend apparently died twice. Yeah, people could wear a wig. That is true, Ronnie. Most families place the most flattering pics because it is the final picture that is going to be seen by the public. So, of course, they're going to post the most flattering picture. You're not going to see people post pictures of their loved one in a bathrobe and hairnet. Forgive me. Hold on. Sorry about that.
I started going, wait a minute. And I started comparing pictures. And then I was like, in my mind, I was like, could there be identity theft?
Why are you assuming there's identity theft? What world do you live in? Girl, you need to unplug. You need to stop watching Investigation Discovery. You need to stop. You are damaging real people's lives by your actions. You need to stop. You need to unplug. You need to go and get help. You need to get a life. You need to go outside the house.
Or is someone...
Yeah, an identity theft. This is the part that makes me want to flip a desk, because I'm sure that if you're in this chat right now and you're a human being, you might have had someone that you know of pass away in your life. You know what else might have happened? The person that you know that passed away might look very...
But and I just want to say something here too. Family members may also not have the same pictures of another family member. They might have pictures that other family members never even knew existed. I want to point that out to you, Muzz. I do. Because there are pictures I have of my grandmother that my uncle gave me that he took that I never knew existed. He took pictures of my grandmother with his own camera. He caught angles of her I had never seen my grandmother in. What the hell is going through your head? Do you even have a family, Muzz, that even acknowledges your own existence anymore? Do you even have a family unit? Because if you had a family unit, this would be pretty much common knowledge. We all see our families at different times of the year, but you know, there are people out there. You know, my uncle saw my grandmother, you know, when I didn't, or my mother saw my grandmother when my uncle didn't. So yeah, there are pictures out there of family members that we don't know even existed. Usually people take pictures of their for their own photo albums, for their own memories. Muzz, if you had a family unit, you would know this. If you were in touch with reality in general, you would know this. But no, you jump to conclusions from going, oh, I don't think these pictures are the same. Oh, I think it's identity theft. Do you know how ridiculous you sound?
very different than when they were healthy and when they weren't, you know, on their deathbed or whatever it may be. People look different when they get really sick, okay?
That is true as well.
So this whole, like, I didn't think it was her, like, girl, put it this way, and I said this on IG before, like, when my grandfather passed away of cancer, he did not look the same. So
I'm sorry to hear that, AZ. I didn't hear this part of the live. If I had heard this part, I would have skipped it. AZ, on that no disrespect by playing this. I'm sorry. I didn't even know you said this, so I do apologize. And like I said, I mean no disrespect by playing it. I just didn't know you said it. I'm sorry.
So therefore, when we made his obituary, we picked out a photo for it. We didn't pick a picture from when he was at his worst. No. We picked a photo from when he was at his best. Yeah, because people do that, you know. They do that. They're not going to take the latest photo of when they look crappy and put it on the obituary. Like, anybody with 2 brain cells knows that. That's the part that really gets to me, you guys. Like, sorry, I just had to say that.
One passed. Now I'm very confused. Hans, I don't know for sure, and I wasn't going to put, like, is in my mind, I was like, could there be identity theft? Or is someone passed? Now I'm very confused. Hans, I don't know for sure, and I wasn't going to push to ask because I'll get to it at the end where I didn't want to go. So I started to worry about that, I'll be honest. And then my thought process now was, if I don't share my information with you, hey, Kristen, there's going to be one of 2 things. Either someone did pass, and we're going to start to like poke and prod and trolls will come out to a family that's grieving, or it's identity theft and I want to like warn them to protect themselves.
Okay. The only troll that came out when Julie G passed was you, Muzz. Number 2, you are not the person I would trust when coming to conclusions about anything. If it was identity theft, what business is that of yours? None. There's nothing you can do. You're looking for excuses on why you harassed a grieving family. You have never apologized. It's always, I'm sorry, but, or I'm sorry, however, or I'm sorry, well. No. You did this because you're a vile, vindictive, petty bitch. That's all there is to it.
Before I tell everyone. So either way that, you know.
Scratch that. Scratch that. That's BS. You're the troll, Muzz.
Exactly. You are the troll, Muzz.
You're the one with the problem, Muzz.
Yes, I agree. You are the one with the problem, Muzz.
You've always been the one with the problem, Muzz.
Yes, you've always been the one with the problem, Muzz.
You do the most. You are doing the most with Muzz. Tell everybody why you really did it. Tell everybody about your vendetta against Julie G. Tell everybody that you wanted to be right. Tell everybody that you thought you really were right. Because let's not forget, Muzz is always right.
No, Muzz is never right. And she needs to learn that. And she needs to learn to keep her mouth shut.
She's an empath. She understands things on a different level. On a level in which you are not.
Empath my ass.
You know, you ain't on her level. You can't understand things like she can. If she has a feeling that something is off here, then obviously something is off here.
Only in her mind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay? That's crazy, right? It's crazy, Gina. Like, what are you listening to? I mean, you wonder why this stream's gone, right?
Well, whoever took this, thank you for it, because you know what? We can use Muzz's own words against her. And you cannot take this out of context because this is what Muzz said.
Why? Like, you should be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed. I would be too. I'm embarrassed. The secondhand embarrassment is whoa.
No, it didn't become like a whole real life trolling thing. I thought maybe I could help people just, here's the information and let's squash it. And
no, you weren't trying to help anybody but yourself.
You know, whatever. So that was then my concern. And now it became a hunt on how do I figure this out?
Why do you need to figure it out? It was none of your concern to begin with.
One more thing. Just because I think this is really interesting, right? So she tells you that's why she's doing it, to look out, whatever. The closer we get to the end, the more you start to realize that, wait a minute, you're telling us that you don't even believe she's really dead. So what are you helping here? How are you supposed to be helping if by the end your conclusion is that you don't know if it's her? Huh? And that's supposed to help? Huh? Do you see where I'm going with this? She has all these excuses and reasons for doing this, but by the end, she's still on the conspiracy side, but acting like she did a fever. It makes no goddamn sense. You gotta be out of your mind to think this even makes any sense. It doesn't make sense because it's not the truth. That's why it doesn't make sense. Let's keep it 100, Muzz.
Because I do not want to reach out to a grieving family, right? So,
but you did reach out to a grieving family. You tried to on more than one occasion.
So, it became a hunt on how do I figure this out? Because I do not want to reach out to a grieving family, right? So,
like I said, you already tried to multiple times. You cannot back away from that one.
So,
but you did.
And the family told you to leave them alone, and you still didn't.
It was very, I'll be honest, up until a few hours ago, I still wasn't sure. I'm still not sure, but I'll get there. So I was looking around. I mean, I was looking.
Yes, TT. She thinks a funeral home, a family, and coworkers are all on this conspiracy to pretend that Julie G is really dead.
Everywhere, and there really was no way, because all I'm doing is verifying information that is true, right? Because it is true. It's either her or it's someone with that information, which is difficult. So here's what I decided. I said, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to reach out to like someone. And I found like a friend's mother.
Why are you reaching out to a friend's mother? Why are you reaching out to people? This is why people cannot stand you, Muzz.
And I go, oh.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. God, I'm just going to say it. I hope Little Red doesn't take your ass back, because she's doing a lot better without you, and she does not need this bullshit in her life. I hope Little Red does not take your ass back. Little Red was the best thing that happened to you, and I think she was the one that kept you in check, in my opinion. But after listening to this, I hope Little Red never, ever gives you the time of day again. For that matter, I hope nobody else gives you the time of day again.
Oh my God, I'm going to sound like a psychopath, right? So I reached.
You are a psychopath.
Out, and I didn't even know how to phrase it at that point. But what I have done, and thank you to the person who sent me this link a million years ago, and somehow I remembered, is I have the original video of her.
Oh, thank you to somebody who sent it to me, because it's not like I have a whole Google Drive with.
Okay. Now, Sharon Mira said we have to be very careful not to help people who are not asking for help. This is true. The family didn't ask for help. The GoFundMe was done by a family member. None of the family reached out with the GoFundMe link, as far as I remember. Okay, now maybe it could have happened in the stream that I was not in, but from what I remember, nobody told anybody about the GoFundMe. It was Muzz that talked about the GoFundMe. The husband didn't send it to anybody. The daughter didn't either. Up until now, I did not know there was a GoFundMe. So I do agree with Sharemare. We have to be very careful not to help people who are not asking for help. A family member made the GoFundMe for the family themselves, but they were not actively sharing it on the YouTube streams. So while they were asking for help, they were not asking for help from the general community that Julie G was a part of. So for Muzz to go out there and dig up this information, I do feel is another invasion of privacy. There's no way around that. None.
A whole family tree already set up in the background that you don't know about yet. Yeah, not like that's happening, right? Yeah, I know, Muzz. Tell us more.
On Roadhouse Street, where her face is like right there in the center. So I was able to crop it and have like an actual photo of.
Why did you crop it? That is a horrible example of trying to compare pictures. I'm banging my head right now. Hold on. You cropped a picture and tried to use that as a point of reference. Oh my God, can she get any more idiotic? Oh my God, literally, she just got more idiotic. Oh, she's gonna make my head hurt. She is literally gonna make my head hurt. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, just when I thought she couldn't get any dumber. All right. Okay. I am just going to say this. All right. I'm just going to say this. All right. Because I have a webcam. I have a cell phone. I also have a DSLR camera. Okay? So I just want to say this from a photographer's point of view. Every camera has a different resolution. Okay? It has a different resolution. If you don't know what resolution is, basically it's the pixels of a camera. All right? Now, most webcams have around maybe 5 megapixels. So their resolutions are not really that great. Okay. Same thing could be said for laptops with built-in webcams. They don't really have that great resolution. Now, you can get a better resolution using certain cell phones. You can. I know Samsung makes one, but I forgot what it was called. I know the iPhone has a really good camera on it. But unless you're paying for the high-end phones, regular phones also really don't have a great resolution on them. But you're never going to beat a camera, whether it's a 35 millimeter film camera or a DSLR. There's actually been comparisons done with all these cameras. Okay, yeah, there are 35 millimeter cameras out there that are better for some stuff. DSLRs are better for other things, but using a webcam or a cell phone as a point of reference is one of the most stupid things ever. Because while they do give an accurate picture, they don't have the same resolution as a handheld camera, especially a $12 camera that you can get at Walmart. One of those disposable ones. Those usually have pretty good resolutions compared to a cell phone or a webcam. So saying that you cropped a image on the internet to use as a comparison, do you know what law enforcement would do? If law enforcement did that, they would be laughed out. They need an actual clear photo to actually do a pinpoint comparison. It's why you never see police agencies try to really use fuzzy pictures unless they really have to. Muzz, what you just said here is the dumbest thing I have ever heard of.
Of what we know, right? And so I reached out to one person. I could tell she wasn't like sure, and I just
Oh, it was the Facebook one? Okay. Then that throws her argument out completely. Because if it was on her Facebook, you could easily make an easy comparison. Oh my God. Either way, she's an idiot.
just didn't want to, so I said I'm sorry. And
Oh, no, Mayor. She said that when Julie G was on Roadhog Stream, I'll back it up here. Here we go.
I remembered is I have the original video of her.
Oh, thank you to somebody who sent it to me, because it's not like I have
Okay,
a whole
hold on
Google
here. I'm
Drive
gonna
with a
shut
whole
up.
family tree already set up in the background that you don't know about yet. Yeah, not like that's happening, right? Yeah, I know, Muzz. Tell us more.
On Roadhog's stream, where her face is like right there in the center, so I was able to crop it and have.
That's what she did right there. She cropped it from Roadhog Stream. That's what she said in there. When Julie G was on Road Slob Stream, she took a screenshot and she cropped it. That's the image she said she used. Oh, was for the fundraiser. Okay. Okay, never mind. I misread that. I'm sorry, Mayor. I misunderstood that. But the point is this, if they used a Facebook image and she's trying to use an image she cropped, no, you can't do that. No.
Like an actual
You're an idiot.
photo of what we know.
Muzz, you're an idiot.
Right? And so I reached out to one person. I could tell she wasn't like sure, and I just didn't want to.
Yeah, she reached out to a friend's mother. Who does that?
So I said, I'm sorry, and thank you, and that was it. And I go, crap, that was.
All right, so that's the first person. Okay, y'all heard that. I reached out to the friend's mother or some shit, and she didn't sound like. It sounds like that she didn't know what the fuck to make of Muzz. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine for a moment that somebody you know has passed away and you have some random ass YouTuber hitting you up to be like, did they really die? Because like they were kind of a liar and like we don't really think that this person's dead. Like, oh my god, dude. I don't care how nice you are, you have fucking crazy to do something like this. Absolutely insane. And
yeah, she is a psychopath, AZ. That's what Muzz is a psychopath.
The fact she passes off like she was doing all of us a favor proves how far gone this bitch really is, seriously.
It's like my one shot. But then I said to myself, all right, I'm trying one more time and that's it. Because I do not want this to become like a real life whatever. And
you already made it real life when you contacted the friend's mother and you contacted the funeral home. And then you tried to contact family members. You took it real life on your own accord.
I just want to make sure everyone's safe, to be honest. At this point, I still really wasn't sure. So the friend of the husband, who put up a post, said, I reached out to him because he put up his Venmo to collect money from people to skip the GoFundMe and he would give it to his friend. And so I figured if he's posting about it, okay. So I reached out to him and I said, I'm sorry that I'm going to sound like a crazy person, but can you confirm that this person and this person is the same, right? Angel play. And he said, yes. And then he quickly sent me a screenshot of the Venmo and all the money to show that he's getting money and giving it to the friend, I guess, because he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted me to like prove I was legit. And I was like, no. I'm not questioning you.
Yeah, you were questioning him. You were also questioning if it was really Julie G's picture. You are a demented, sick individual.
Or like, I'm sure someone passed and you know what I mean? And your health.
Oh, I'm not questioning. I'm sure someone passed. I know someone passed. I just don't think it's the person we know. Yeah. This poor guy probably thought, it sounds to me anyways, that he thought that she was questioning his knowing of Julie for making sure he wasn't scamming for money, trying to profit off the GoFundMe. In his mind, you got to understand where this guy's coming from, right? He's got Muzz hitting him up like, you really know this chick? And the guy's like, well, yeah, I know her because she's the wife of my coworker. Like, I'm just collecting money for the GoFundMe. Like, so of course he thought in his head that, she's just verifying that I'm a legit person and I'm not like trying to scam or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see why he got back to her the way he did. Like, yeah. But that wasn't good enough. She's gonna tell you right now. She's gonna say something like, I understood that he didn't really understand my question, so I asked him again. And I told him that this person's known for like not being truthful.
That's what it sounds like, Ronnie. A police lineup.
Well, it's like fucking flip-a-desk, really.
Helping and that I'm not questioning at all. I just want to make sure that it's the same person. And then I sent it again and I said, I'm really sorry, but are you saying this person, and I sent the screenshot, and this, hey, Amira, and this person, and I sent the screenshot, are the same person?
He said it was the same person. Why did you do that? Oh my God, Muzz, I take back what I said. You should be away from the general public. You should be in an institution. You are a danger. You had no common decency anywhere in that body. You kept pressing a matter. What made you think that this was okay?
And he's like, he said yes. Now the thing is he's like, oh yeah, I've worked with her husband for 15 years. Great. But I've only met her like twice. I didn't really know her very well. So that's when I said, are you sure? And he's like, yes. So that's where I left it a few hours.
You shouldn't have done it in the first fucking place. Oops, I cursed. I'm sorry. Oops. Oopsies. I cursed. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. The hell is wrong with you?
Hours ago. Okay. And now I guess the important part to me is to explain, what didn't I find? What am I still unsure of? And why did I stop where I stopped, right? So I just want to explain.
You shouldn't have started in the first place.
Because I like to give my, background. So, yes, there is a Julie G that has passed, period. Okay.
Now, notice she said, yes, there is a Julie G, but she's not sure it's the same Julie G.
With, a friend of the husband has a Venmo out, is collecting. He thinks it takes less money than the GoFundMe. So the GoFundMe, people wanted to know, is it legit? It is legit.
What GoFundMe people? What GoFundMe people? You've never shown proof, Muzz. The only one who wanted proof was you. None of us were actively out there. We weren't even inactively out there doing the crap that you were doing. Now, I bet there were people questioning if she really did pass, but they weren't doing it in the open. No, but you did, and you're over there thinking that it was the best damn thing you could have done.
For a person that passed is listen, I always overcorrect myself, and unless I see it with my own eyes and I can verify it.
No, there was nothing that you needed to verify. You did this because you are a disgusting, vile, vindictive, petty piece of trash. Yes, I know I'm attacking a woman right now. I'm sorry.
3,000%. I can't say it's 100.
Who said 3,000%? There is no such thing as 3,000%. There is no such thing as 1,000%. Did you flunk math? Oh my God, I hate when people say that. Ooh, 1,000%, 3,000%, 5,000%. There is no such thing as those numbers. It only goes to 100%. Oh, I hate stupid people. Learn math, Muzz. Learn math. That's what you should be doing. Instead of doing your crappy artwork, you need to learn what math is. Go, take math class. Take math class.
100%. And I won't, because I am not ignorant that I couldn't be fooled.
You are ignorant. And you're arrogant.
Or whatever. If I don't see it myself. So I can tell you for myself, there is a woman named Julie G who has passed, whose funeral is coming up, who's, yes. So it's not a fraudulent GoFundMe. That's what I want to put out there. It is not fraudulent. What else can I tell you for sure? Do I absolutely know 300?
It is not your position or your concern to do what you did. There is no justification. Anybody who supports you after this mess needs really to be reevaluated as a human being.
300% that it's the same person. Fraudulent. What else can I tell you for sure? Do I absolutely know 300% that it's...
There is no such thing as 300%. Math, lady, math. You need to learn math. Oh my God. I just want to, ooh. Do you know how stupid you sound when you say 300%, 1000%, 3000%? You are an idiot. You are a moron. Anybody who takes you seriously is a moron themselves. You need to sit down because you don't matter in this. What matters is this. You went after a grieving family for your own vendetta. And now you're trying to justify your behavior, thinking that people will understand. No person in their right mind will ever understand what you did or why you did it. You cannot justify it.
It's the same person. I mean,
it is the same person.
I don't know that.
Oh my God, Muzz, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Don't ever speak again. Don't even go live again. Don't even take a panel. Just sit in the chats and keep your hands occupied.
But Muzz, I thought you were here to help everybody.
No, she wasn't there to help anybody. What she has tried to do since the beginning is throw doubt that somebody passed away. What she's been trying to do from the beginning is justify her own selfish, ignorant actions. She never cared about Julie. She does. Let me rephrase that. She don't care about anybody. Never has. She never cared about a boyfriend because apparently he died twice. She tried to get an innocent man thrown in jail. Now she's running around, going, oh, everybody's attacking me. Everybody's bullying me. Everybody's doing this to me. When she was the one doing it in the first damn place.
Understand to prevent them from questioning it and reaching out and things like that.
Hold on, my mouth is getting dry, so I'm gonna go get me some orange juice. So you know what time it is. Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. She's not empathetic. No person with empathy would do what she did. Nobody.
That wasn't this supposed to be helpful? Because it doesn't sound very helpful when you go through all this and then say, "Oh, I don't even know if it's really her." Like, how is that helpful? Anybody? 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 So let me get this straight. She thinks, obviously, there was an identity theft, which would mean that now let's just play into this for a second. That all along from day one, but that would mean before anybody even disliked Julie G, like we're talking before she even went on Roadhog's fucking stream, okay? That she stole this woman's identity in advance, that far in advance. And then when she came on my channel and talked about her husband Mike, which, by the way, if you go to the Julie G,
yeah, her husband's name is Mike. Yeah, her husband's name is Mike.
Facebook, the husband's name is Mike. He was the grieving one posting and saying he has to GoFundMe and da. It was all connected.
And the only reason why I remember his name is Mike is not because of AZ. It's because when Road Slob had Julie G and her husband up, Julie G introduced him as Mike. So I remember that part.
Okay? So you're telling me that was an identity theft? How do you figure, dude?
And I only watched that stream that one day because I was really hoping for, you know, Julie G and her husband to lay into Road Slob. And I think they did a very good job of it.
How? And then you hear her say, like, "Oh, I don't believe something unless I see it with my own eyes." Like, excuse me, Muzz. Did you want to see her body or something? What?
Actually, you know what? I think that's what it boiled down to. I think she really wanted to see proof that the body was really her. I really do. I think if given the chance, I probably wouldn't have even put it past her to ask somebody for pictures of the funeral. I think she was very capable of asking for that. Hey, look, I can't be there. I'm a friend of the family's. Can you send me pictures of the funeral? I also want to see, the body. I want, try to get some close ups if you can. I can actually see Muzz doing that.
Does that mean you don't believe it unless you see it with your own eyes? This is the internet. What are you talking about? This is weird. So weird.
Yeah, Muzz, what about that? Thank you for that, Mayor. Yeah, let's all not forget that Muzz's friend's last dying wish was for Muzz to get monetized. Bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit, Muzz. No, no person dying gives a shit if you're monetized or not. Dying words are the last words they say to anybody, and they're usually words of hope and encouragement. Nobody told you their last wish was for you to get monetized. And from what I have understood, Muzz, the so-called friend never even really spoke to you. So you lied about that friend, that person too, Muzz. All you are is a liar. A liar. You are a lying, failed human being that is vindictive, petty, childish, a complete piece of human waste. That's what you are, Muzz. That's what you are. And I know it sounds like I'm attacking a woman, and I probably am. I promise, I'm trying very hard not to attack women. I am. I'm sorry.
But yeah.
I'm failing miserably, I know.
Right, Stacy, we made all this up, right? See, now, here's the thing. Good old Muzz here likes to say that the things we've been telling y'all she said really didn't happen. Because, these people be gaslighting the ish out of us, right? But Belinda had this stream, so shout out to you for having this.
Heidi, you do have your wrench back. I just want you to know that you did get it back. Heidi Black. She has her wrench back, Mayor.
And this is a gift because this proves beyond a reasonable doubt, once again, for the 900th exhibit, that Muzz is not being honest and that this is sketchy, right? Like I
Muzz has never been honest about anything.
said, prove me wrong. Who was out here questioning it? Who were you worried about? The only weirdo doing conspiracy land shit was you.
Exactly. It was only you, Muzz. Nobody else. Damn it.
And then you tried to help by fixing it, and really you just made it worse because you still didn't believe it.
Yeah, she made it work.
Weirdo. So weird, man. Like, I just can't even. And we're halfway through, too, by the way.
Do I think it is? I honest to God don't know. And I'm not saying it in a judge way or they really didn't look the same.
It's not for you. You're not law enforcement. You didn't care about Julie G. This stream is nothing but a way to get back at her. Rather than sending condolences to the family or keeping your mouth shut, you thought this would be the best thing to do. And you know what? You cannot weasel your way out of this one.
But how do I, listen, there are con artists in the world, who live a life and whatever, there's
Gaslight Demon, yes. She's trying to say the person that was on Roadhog wasn't actually Julie G either.
All sorts of things. And unless I see it with my own eyes, like actual, you know what I mean?
You don't need to see shit with your own eyes. You are too invested in YouTube bullcrap. You need to see a therapist. You need to seek therapy. Look, I still say this in my opinion. You need to be institutionalized. No normal person would do what you did to this family. And you only did it to this family because you are a bitter, pathetic woman with nothing else in her life.
It is what it is, right? There were a few other things that were a little weird to me on the Facebook, hers versus the family.
Why are you digging in her Facebook? Oh my God.
And so I just wasn't sure. Listen, is it probably...
That's BS. Let me tell you something. If you were there for it, you were there for it. I told y'all almost immediately. I spent time on Facebook trying to figure it out. It's definitely her. She's definitely gone. Blah, blah, blah. It was not rocket science, dude. There was not some weird Facebook stuff going on with like 2 different photos and like, nah. None of that. There was not a doubt in my mind that lady was really deceased. Not a doubt in my mind. As a matter of fact.
Yeah, but even without the Facebook, AZ, nobody was questioning that she died. At least openly. Okay? I never saw anybody openly question if she was dead or not. The only one who decided to go open about it was Muzz. Now, as I said before, I do recall somebody saying, "Is there an obituary?" But they weren't saying it in a derogatory way. They were actually wanting to leave condolences for the family. It was one person who said it. I think somebody gave them the obituary, and that was the end of it. But nobody actively went out of their way to prove or disprove Julie G's passing, except for Muzz.
Matter of fact, her daughter, her real life daughter, bless her heart, was trying to sell like animal collars that she made by herself.
Okay, this I did not know about either.
To get tickets to go to her, to make it to, Julie's wake and funeral and stuff. And that was connected to Julie G's real Facebook. So you're telling me not only was there an identity theft, but an entire family just so happened to all have the same names, and in that Julie G's family, it was saying, like, you know how elaborate that would have to be? That would have had to have started a long time ago. Like, think about the mental gymnastics one would have to do to take somebody's identity. Muzz thought she was really right. She wanted to be right. She thinks she's always right.
No, she is never right. She has never been right about one thing. Every time she opens her mouth, she gets it wrong.
And she wasn't doing this to prevent anybody from bothering a family or whatever. She was doing it because she was dead ass convinced she was right, because you can never tell the girl otherwise. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And she still can't handle that in this instance she was wrong.
She thought this was a normal thing to do, and she really believed that she was right. And in her heart, she was...
Okay. That's the red flag right there again. Muzz thinking this is a normal thing to do. There's another red flag. This is not normal behavior.
Was probably like, haha, retribution, because she hated Julie G. She hated her. She did not believe she had MS. As a matter of fact, there's a clip out there somewhere of Muzz actually growling at Julie G. like legit growling at her, like, you don't have MS, like in a freaking devilish voice, dude. That's why she did this. There's no other reason why. She had it out for her. But of course, Muzz has to present it. Now, this isn't just about Julie G, and this just isn't about calling the funeral home. This is about how Muzz puts on that she's doing everybody a favor.
She doesn't do anyone favors. There is no excuse for what she did. And for her to try to excuse it, she proves that she didn't care. She knew this was wrong. She doesn't care.
She's just trying to help. It's for the greater good. She's such a great person. But
now, I will say this, okay? I will say this, all right? I'm probably going to be thrown underneath the... never mind. I'll throw myself underneath the bus, okay? I will repeat myself. People know that I will not question a pregnancy. I will not question if somebody died. People know that there are things that I will not question. Okay? There are limits. All right? While some things may not make sense, me as a guy, number one, there are things that as a guy, I have no right to ask. But at the same time, me as a generalized human being who knows right from wrong, also know there are things that you do not ask, you do not do, and you do not bring up. I never questioned if Julie G was passed on or not. Okay, I never did. Still not doing that. But somebody did make a point a while back when Teresa Baby Marie, the psycho person, said she faked her own death to get away from YouTube drama. Okay, I have a clip on that in one of my videos. Teresa Baby Marie actually admitted on Road Live she pretended to be dead to escape YouTube drama. No normal person fakes their own death. Now, going on that little thing there. If Julie G walked into any chat or in any chat and said, "Oh, I'm actually alive. I just needed a break," all hell would break loose. We all know this. Okay? We all know all hell would break loose. Hold on here. Okay? Hold on here. Okay. It's been 9 to 10 months since Julie G died. Okay? Julie G has not been seen in any chats. None of her socials have been active. None. There has been nobody under a name acting like Julie G. Let's face it, okay? We all know how Julie G interacted with people, even on sock accounts. We all know her little typing abilities. But in the 9 to 10 months since she has passed, Muzz, no one has come out with the same typing style as she has. No one has created any new type of social saying it's Julie G. No one has a problem accepting that Julie G passed on. The only one who has a problem, Muzz, is you. I'm different from everybody out there. If somebody tells me they're pregnant, I'm gonna believe them until evidence points otherwise. If somebody tells me that somebody has passed on, I'm gonna believe that person unless I see otherwise. Because if you do it the other way and you question everything that is thrown at you, you're just an asshole in general. You are. What gives anybody the right to question if somebody passed away? What gives anybody the right to act if somebody isn't, who they say they are? Yes, I understand that the slobs lied about the pregnancy. I do. I understand that. I also understand that I was part of the conspiracy. But I am a man. So as a man, I did not question the pregnancy because I was taught never to question certain things. Now, when the women out there were questioning it, I didn't find nothing wrong with that. To be honest, I didn't. Because, they're women. If women want to question things, that's fine. They're all the same sex. I got a stick between my legs. Therefore, while it may be acceptable to some people to do some stuff, it's not acceptable for me to do it. I understood that a lot of people were angry with me because they were telling me stuff. But I think in general, a lot of people understood where I was coming from. I think they all understood where I was coming from. But regardless of that, Muzz, one thing that I would never do, and still have it to this day, is question if Julie G is alive or not. Because that's not for me to decide. It's not. You're playing with fire here. How would you feel if you came on and God forbid something did happen to your family member? You know what they're going to do to you, Muzz? If somebody close to you really actually does kick the bucket, nobody's going to believe you. Nobody's going to believe you. If you get assaulted, nobody is going to believe you. If something literally tragically happens to you, really, really happens to you, Muzz, nobody is going to believe you. You have created so many lies, so many conspiracies in your own little mind that if something happens, I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying if something happens, nobody's going to be there to hold your hand. They're going to be out there, they're going to do to you what they did to the road slobs. But it's going to be even worse for you because you're the one that keeps opening up her mouth and keeps digging that hole deeper. Too many hours, Belinda. Too many hours.
Really, when you peel back the layers and you see the shit I showed you at the beginning and you know what you know now, you realize, yo, this chick is diabolical and weird. Who goes through this lengths for somebody who wasn't even a creator? Julie didn't even, it's not like she was a creator. Like, she was a guest on someone's show one time or on mine one time. Like, does this lady even deserve to have her shit be dug into like that?
Look, I know Julie G was on Road Slobs once. I don't know if she was on there more than once because I only remember seeing Julie G and her husband arguing with the slobs. But I do remember also seeing Julie G on Terry Lynn's. That was it. I don't know if she went on anybody else's. I don't. Now, I also want to point out something this too, and I know this is not part of it, but I guess it could be. Everybody associates me in one way or another, Muzz, with the road slobs because that's pretty much where I don't like to admit it, but I have to admit that's where I made my mark. Not a very good mark, but that's where I made my mark. And a lot of people do, to this day, still try to compare me to him or link me to him. There are some people out there that are actively looking to see if I am still in their chat or if I'm still conversing with them. You don't see me up here, Muzz, lying my way, trying to weasel my way out of something. Okay? My judgment or my lot in life has already been set in stone. I can do and say a lot of things. Now, a lot of people have noticed that my behavior is changing. And sometimes it does change to the extreme to where some people out there do question if I'm actually, if I really do have morals or some sort of stand that I follow or some code that I follow because people have been following me. And sometimes I go backwards, but then sometimes I go so far forwards it confuses people. I don't excuse my behavior, Muzz. I know the things that I have done. I know the things that I have said. I'm not up here or out there trying to paint a narrative that I want people to think of. You want everybody to think that you are always right, that you are not to be questioned, what you say is the gospel truth. But every time you open up your mouth, you dig this hole deeper and deeper and deeper. I actually don't think you know how to tell the truth anymore. You are a person who questions everything, but you don't want people to question you. You play the perpetual victim because in your mind, you are, and in my opinion, you are a vindictive psychopath. That's what you are to me. I'm not a psychopath. I'm just I, I'm just an idiot with the broken compass. Let's put it that way. I'm an idiot with the broken compass. Right? Look, there are going to be people that don't like me for whatever reason. But most of the reason is because I was in one part of the community that I should have never gone into. Okay? That's fine by me. I'm not up here, unlike you, trying to come off as something I'm not. I don't need to kiss ass. I don't need people's validation of me. I'm who I am. I'm human. Yes, like I said, my behavior has changed. I'm learning some things of what not to do. But I'm still human. I'm going to fall from time to time. But I own up to my crap. I own up to my stupidity. I can only do better or try to do better. And sometimes trying is more than enough for some people. But you don't even try, Muzz. You don't. You're up here justifying everything that you did to a grieving family. And you want people to like you and accept you and support you? No. No, 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 no.
Like, and put on blast and have her have all these links and it's strange, dude. Strange.
Probably, yes. It probably is. But here's, I guess, why I'm saying I'm unsure. Because again, if it's not like in me doing it myself, I can't. Like I have to trust a stranger, right? And that's odd. And he also like met her once. But here's the thing, what I guess I figured out, right? This is about, I think, the most information that we will get, can get, and I say this in quotation marks, deserve to get.
No, it's the only information that people are going to give you. If you could have gone more and more and more, you would have, but they stopped you in your tracks, and you cannot stand it.
Gee, you think? You think? You really think? Now, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I completely forgot to mention this. Who was it? Tell me in the chat, you guys. I'm sorry, I can't think of it right now. One of the women that was cool with Julie G. The heck was her name? Gave a speech from her husband that I read on my live.
Yeah, it was Terry Lynn.
I did a live called Muzz the Doc Empath, and me and Stacy and Kim, we were talking about this very situation. We didn't have this live stream though. I don't think we did, anyways. We didn't have it. But somebody came in chat and said Julie G's husband wants you to read this. Terry Lynn, thank you guys, thank you. So Terry Lynn. So Terry Lynn popped in and was like, Julie's husband wants you to read this. It was literally like, Muzz, leave us alone, like stop contacting people. So
yeah, see, this is my proof right here. They told you to leave them alone, Muzz, and you didn't. You ignored them. You ignored them for your own vendetta.
The dude did find out about it, because you got to remember, like, she hit that lady up, right? She hit the dude up, and not only did she hit that GoFundMe dude up, she hit him up again to be like, nah, I think you don't understand. Like, anyways, it got back to Mike.
Okay, well, I'm just going to point this out here, AZ, because, you know, a lot of people really don't, you know, even I don't know how it got back to Mike. But let's be realistic. If somebody is asking questions about your family or about a family member in general, and you don't know who this person is, I think, you know, in all honesty, it's going to go back to the family member, the family in general that are being asked about. Let's face it, it's the internet. I'm not surprised that, you know, Julie G's husband or her daughter found out about it. I'm not. Muzz is very, very, very messy. She's not really, you know, up there. You know, like I said, nice house, barely anybody home. But yeah, he did ask for people to leave the family alone, and Muzz didn't. She continued on with it.
Some way, somehow, who knows? Maybe Terry Lynn. I don't know how it got back to him. It doesn't really matter, but it got back to him, and he was mad, and he has every right to be mad, dude. He has every right to be mad. I'm enraged for the dude. Like, I should never have to say to somebody, hey, can you leave this lady alone? Like, the fuck? Like, that should have never ever had to have been.
Here was announcing her investigation as if she achieved something. And in the end, she achieved nothing.
Even a discussion.
But there's a part in this that I want to get to. So, I know it's a long stream, but there's just one little part in here that I just want to say.
Like, the fact that had to be said out loud is so disheartening. I can't even. It's embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing for me. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing.
Now, I also want to say this. I think AZ was overly nice to you, Muzz. I think she was overly nice to you. I think she was too nice to you to be honest, in my opinion. That's why I'm doing it my way.
Because I just wanted to basically how I feel and I pray is that this gives people enough information that we can kind of let it be and let the.
No, actually, we let it be. You're the one that didn't. You're the one that had this notion that it would be a great idea to contact a grieving family, and it backfired. That's why you made this live stream, to justify your actions, and you made it worse.
The family grieve because someone did pass away, right? Someone did pass away.
You notice how she keeps saying someone did.
So that is sad, right? Absolutely, someone passed away, right? And yes, I absolutely have trust issues, especially, you know, with certain things. Listen, here's also what I want to say.
He is a nice guy, Belinda Paul. He actually is.
Not everything's mutually exclusive, right? I personally, and this is an opinion, so I'm getting to the opinion part here, I don't believe that death necessarily, you know, wipes the slate clean. Can someone, and I'm not talking about her, I'm saying in general, because people are feeling conflicted. Can someone have done irredeemable things or somewhat bad things? Could someone be a scammer? Could someone be living a double life and whatever and still pass? And you know what I mean? Does it wipe the slate clean? I don't think, to me, I'm not.
Okay, this is the part that I want to say, and I'm going to throw this at you. Listen here, you ignorant little piece of fucking trollop horse shit. All right? Let me explain something to you. You conniving, sneaky, dirty snatch, bimbo bitch from hell that no man wants to dick anymore. Okay? Yes, I'm being very violent to you right now because you don't deserve any respect from me. And I do apologize for people I offend with on this one, but you know what? I don't apologize to you, Muzz. You are not God. You are not the judge, jury, and executioner. Do not ever, ever try to play God. Only God can decide who can be forgiven and who can't be. It is said in the Bible, written in red, that whoever so believes in him shall get everlasting life. Those who ask for forgiveness shall be forgiven. You are a piece of human, vile, rejected trash. You are nothing compared to God Almighty. You are nothing on this world as well. You do not deserve to be speaking about anybody on who should be and who should not be forgiven. I hate people like you that try to justify or try to use words that they have no right using. You are not God. You are not judge. You are not the jury, and you are not the executioner. You have no power to forgive anybody. You have no power to raise anybody from the dead. The next time you decide to open your little pathetic mouth, stick something in it. Julie G is gone. Regardless if it's Julie G, a person passed. How dare you try to say who can be forgiven and who can't? You are nothing, Muzz. Nothing. Look at your ass. What do you have? Nothing. Nothing at all. You barely live a life. Do not ever try to portray, don't ever try to say who can be forgiven and who can't. You need Jesus, child, and you need to find him quickly.
I'm not all of a sudden going to be like, this is the greatest person. At the same time, I'm going to respect that I don't want anyone to have harm, period. Nobody should feel any pain. I wish.
Wow, she actually contacted oh my God.
If I could take away the pain from the entire world, believe me, I would. Even people I don't like. Why would I want anything bad to happen to anyone? No, never. There was a
You do not have that power. You are not God. And why would you say something like that? Why? It doesn't make you a better human being just by saying that.
family grieving right now. Kids, grandkids, sisters, brothers. That's awful. Okay, so that.
And Terry Lynn's right. Muzz, you didn't allow his wife peace while she was alive. The least you can do is let her rest in peace now that she's gone. But you don't want to. And that makes you a psycho. Not weird, it makes you a psychopath. Weird is the nice word AZ used.
Yeah, it's so awful that you decided to just go and insert yourself into their grieving process and ask questions. Not only did you ask questions, you let the husband.
I know I'm going to get pushback for what I just said to Muzz, but you know what? She irritated with me. I hate people who try to act like they are above and beyond the Almighty. No!
Friend know that she was not known for telling the truth. That's why you had to ask a second time. How disturbing. How fucking disturbing. Like, did you really need to add that in there, Muzz? Did you really need to add that in there? Really? Unbelievable, dude. It's so gross. So gross. And then Terry Lynn says, he said, you didn't allow my wife peace while she was alive, so please allow her to rest in peace now that she's gone. Yep. Sure did. And his name's Mike. I actually remember his name because she actually talked about him. Excuse me. She actually.
To Deborah, no. Muzz will never make up for all the pain that she has caused. She won't. There is no amount of I'm sorry's that she can say right now that will ever make people forgive her. Like I said, it's up to God to decide if she is worth forgiving or not. But after what Muzz has done to a lot of people, I will never forgive her.
Talked about him on one of my streams how much she loved him and stuff, so that was nice. That's like, you could tell that she really loved the dude. Josh says, but why do we need any information on someone's passing? I may sound emotionless here, but I don't dislike someone enough to find out. I'm just like, oh my, they passed, it's sad, and keep it moving. Exactly.
No, Josh, that's not emotionless. When people pass, that's what we do. We say we're sorry they're gone, but we move on. We don't, normal people do not speak ill of the dead. They don't. When a person passes, we move on. They're not here to defend themselves anymore. They're not here to speak for themselves. So we don't have the right to speak ill of the dead. It's disrespectful.
Exactly. Well, the thing is with this one is that there were a few people questioning it because they thought that, because I don't even listen. If I have to explain it, then I have to explain other things that I don't really want to talk about now that the lady's gone. You know what I'm saying? But I could see why people questioned it. But this right here, calling people and contacting people, that I don't understand.
And like I said, AZ, nobody questioned it. At least not openly. I never saw anybody question it openly. So if people questioned about it, it was done behind closed doors. It wasn't done like this. It wasn't done in open public.
I can't get that. We don't deserve that knowledge. We don't, nobody should be hitting people up, especially if there ever is a time to not contact somebody's family. You think that it would be now, not, when somebody's passed, right? Can you imagine? Like, that, I just, doing it is one thing, but actually putting it on a stream and telling everybody, like you're doing them a favor by telling them, is a whole nother kind of effed up that I can't even, it doesn't compute in my head. Let's just put it that way.
That is true, right? That is what it is. That's basically all I can say that is 150%, because, and that's a me thing, by the way, right? The friend of the husband kind of said, like, I'm not sure also, he something about, like,
that's not what he said. He said that was her. He said that was her.
In her sleep or something. I didn't ask. And again, here's why I stopped here. Am I am I curious?
You never should have started. That's the point.
You know what I mean? Am I curious? I've gotten so far, like, do I want to, like, have it in my mind, proof 150,000%?
There is no such thing as 150,000%. Oh my God. I hate people who can't do math.
Sure, but it's not it doesn't matter, because who am I, right?
Gee, it doesn't matter. Who am I? Well, you went and made the fucking video.
Yeah, you made the video. You contacted a family, a grieving family, and then you're trying to justify it. You had no right to do any of this.
Proof is in the pudding, you called it. You had an intro that had pudding in the word proof. What planet is this? You were supposed to help the situation and stop people from quote unquote conspiracy ideas when you're the only one with the conspiracy idea?
Exactly, AZ.
Fucking Fruit Loop, dude. She's just helping. She just Muzz. She just wants to help.
Like, at this point, there's a family grieving. At this point, we have all the information that we can, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Without being invasive. Like, I don't want to reach out.
You did reach out. You were invasive. You were disrespectful
To the husband. You know what I mean? He's dealing with it. I don't want to reach out to her kids. Sure, could I?
Done did that already. Too late.
I find out that way? Sure, but that's too much. It's none of my business. I mean, it's not none of my business, but in the grand scheme.
No, it is none of your business.
It was none of her business to begin with.
It is none of your business.
It's none of my business. I mean, it's none of my business, but in the grand scheme of things, to me, it's a scale, right? Is it worth potentially hurting a family already in pain to get the truth? If the truth is like that, it's not her. You know what I mean? Is it?
So basically, as long as you get your way, Muzz, it's perfectly fine to hurt the family. That's basically what you just said. Hey, as long as I get what I want from it, it's fine and dandy to hurt the family. You are disgusting.
It's like a scale. You can't see my hands, but they're going up and down like a scale. And I don't think it's, for me personally, it's not worth that.
You just said it was worth it to you. You proved in this entire video it was worth it to you. To hurt a family for your own vendetta.
Other people may have other things. And yes, there were lots of weird things about the accounts and that, which is why.
No, the fuck, there wasn't. There was nothing weird about any of the Facebook stuff at all. You are doing the most right now, making all kinds of excuses.
And she's also making up conspiracy theories.
There was nothing weird about it at all. What are you talking about? You know what? She had a couple of them. So what? Every mom out there had.
Well, I want to say this because AZ's going to say it, but I'll finish.
Facebook, they forgot the password too, so they made it.
But this happens to Muzz all the time. She forgets her own passwords to crap, locks herself out of stuff, and thinks somebody hacked her. But even in general, a lot of people do have multiple accounts on stuff because, yeah, they do tend to forget their passwords or they lose access to stuff, for whatever reason. It's not just mothers. It's everybody in general. But let's be honest. Muzz admitted that she can't remember all of her passwords and she has locked herself out of accounts, including her YouTube, multiple times because she forgot the password. And then she tried to say that people were hacking her. I remember that. She said that a couple times on Little Red Stream. Can't remember which ones, but she did say it. Muzz is not the brightest bulb in the box, and she keeps proving just how stupid she is every time she opens up her mouth.
Another one, like, is that enough to be like?
But I also want to say this too. There are people out there who have a profile for the general public. There are people out there who have a profile just for family. You know, it could be on Facebook. It could be on IG. It could be TikTok. It could be on Twitter. It could be anywhere. A lot of people have multiple accounts. It doesn't make it weird.
Oh my god, there's definitely an identity theft going on here. Oh my god, call the Muzz police.
I'm not willing to say 350% it's the same person. I'm just not, because and I'm not saying it in a way, I just don't want to be misunderstood. I'm not saying it's anything's not.
Yes, Belinda Paul. Yes, Belinda Paul. Muzz has a habit of locking herself out of her accounts. She's admitted this before. She forgets her passwords. And then what she does is then what she does after that is she goes, oh, I didn't forget my password. I was hacked. When she admitted before that she locked herself out of her accounts because she forgot her password. I can see that too, Stina Marie. I can see that too. Okay, so if you're gonna watch a replay, there's a part of the stream that you might want to skip over because I kind of went to a low blow because Muzz just pissed me off, and I do apologize for that. I do apologize. I need to learn not to do what I do, but she just, let's face it, I say what I say, and you know, all I can do is apologize for it. But yeah, it was really low.
I'm just saying I can't say it is. I can't say one way or another. Literally, that's what I'm saying. What I can say perfectly clear is what I told you. I told you everything. I told you my thought process.
It's not really a thought process, and you told everybody nothing. And what you did tell people is, in your own deluded mind, Julie G did not die, and that you don't believe she is dead, and that everybody is making it up and running with it.
You know, I told you exactly what I used, and the two people I spoke to, it was very short. I didn't want to, intrude.
Oh my God. You intruded. You intruded when you called the funeral home and the friend's mother. You intruded. Then you tried to contact the family. The fuck is wrong with you?
The guy seemed, he's known the husband for 15 years, but he didn't really know the wife, and
he said to you that it was Julie G. He said to you it was Julie G. You're the only one having a problem with it.
You know what I mean? I think that I felt like, okay, here's where I'm done. I won't get to the end of it necessarily, but I think at this point there is a passing. It would be different if there wasn't a passing, right? But at this point, I'm not willing to take that. Put yourself in their shoes and then decide if you would like. Exactly. So, I'm not going to,
And people who encourage this, y'all disgusting.
If I got that call, I'd be like, what are you talking? You know what I mean? It would just be, And again, it's a scale. It's a scale, right? Would it be worth it under different circumstances, depending on what happened? Sure, maybe.
That's not what you said before. What you said before was, is it worth causing pain to the family members to prove that you were right? And you said yes.
Death records, again, I'm not willing personally to do that kind of. Now, there is one thing I'm waiting for that may change absolutely nothing. And
I'm surprised you didn't get a hold of the death certificate.
It may not. It may and it may not. So it is what it is. There's a woman that passed. There's a family that's grieving. So I think we should just wish them strength and solace and whatever we can. And, that's that. Right? So that's kind of how I felt about it. I don't feel like personally, going into who put the original tweet out. I don't know.
You've done the damage already, Muzz. You cannot justify it. You've done the damage to this family. You have hurt so many people, both living and passed on.
I honestly just reactivated my Twitter today, so I've been out of it. And that's it. I just wanted to share it because I figured this might listen, people are curious,
Yeah, exactly, Deborah Young. I do not want anyone who could do this to a family anywhere near me.
As much as I want to be the not moral high ground, but as much as everyone wants to say,
you have no moral high ground here. Nothing you can say can justify what you did. Nothing.
We should, whatever. People, and there are trolls, and there are people.
You shouldn't have done this at all.
Especially because she was part of the 90-day community recently that I just...
Okay. Let me explain something, okay? Julie G was part of... Muzz, you even knew this, okay? You even knew this, you little bitch. Okay? Listen here, you little bitch troll from hell. You knew that Julie G was part of the anti-KJ community for the longest time. Okay? That's how I found her. Okay? I found Julie G in the anti-KJ community a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure how I found her, but I did. I found her. Okay? Not exactly sure where I found her, but I found her. Okay? Point is, I found her in the anti-KJ community. Then for a brief stint, she went into the 90-day community. But what you call the 90-day community is not the 90-day community. Yes, there are a lot of players over there that overlap, which is true. But not everybody considers themselves the 90-day community, which you also got wrong. I just want to point that out. Okay? I did. Now, I'm not going to explain or elaborate on that, but because it is kind of confusing, and she did get it all wrong, and if I set the record straight, I'm going to give myself a headache, and I don't want to give myself a headache right now. You were pissed about the fact that Julie G started going into a community you hung around with. You got pissed because Julie G was making new friends. You got jealous that Julie G was getting the attention that you thought you deserved or you were entitled to. See, I'm part of the 90-day community here, and I'm going to fill in the blanks for people. Okay? I'm going to fill in the missing pieces right now. And what you need to know, Muzz, is that I may not talk in every stream, but you know what? It's great being an observer. The moment you saw Julie G over in that community making friends, you literally got jealous. And there's no joke about that. You got jealous that she was over there. Then that jealousy turned to rage because you actually believed. And this is your thought process because I was watching you. You're like, who the hell does she think she is? Who does Julie G think she is to come over here and lay claim to my new community? Who the hell does she think she is making friends over here that are supposed to be my friends? You had such a rage with Julie G. Now, let me explain what Julie G did do over here, okay? Because I know a lot of people here know that I kind of tend to fly around to different little areas that normal people would not tread to. Okay? Julie G never talked smack about AZ. Julie G never brought up the road slobs. She never spoke about the anti-KJ community. In fact, Julie G separated herself from all of that. She never brought it over here. So if she did something over there, she would not bring it over here. And you couldn't handle that. You couldn't handle that this woman was making friends that you thought you owned. You thought you owned these people. You thought these people were your friends and you weren't going to have it. You decided a long time ago, Muzz, to do everything in your power to ruin Julie G. You decided that long before she passed on. You hated the fact that here is Julie G being respectful to everybody she came in contact with. But what got you more enraged is she actually admitted to what she did. And she did ask for forgiveness. And when people started forgiving her for what she did, that sent you over the edge. You were the one going, how dare they forgive this woman? Who the hell do they think they are? Muzz, you are your own worst enemy. You literally are. I had never seen somebody with so much rage and hatred towards one person. I don't even see that rage in the anti-KJ community. I never saw them rage like you did when Julie G literally bared everything and asked people to forgive her and give her a second chance. No one had as much of a problem with Julie G than you did. Even people who did not like Julie G did not go out of their way to make her life miserable. They were in my chat. Okay? I seen what people were saying about Julie G when she was in my chat. What they said to Julie G or about Julie G is not as vindictive or spiteful or as hateful as what you literally tried to do to her, Muzz. You went out of your way to do everything possible to discredit Julie G, to humiliate her, to literally degrade her. You were Julie G's biggest bully. So yeah, like I said, Muzz, you're a piece of trash. You are still Julie G's biggest bully because you won't even let her rest in peace. She's not around here to defend herself. Yet you're the only one that still talks about her. You're the only one that still tries to discredit her. She's gone. She ain't coming back. You cannot accept that she is gone because then that means that what people say about you is true. And sweetie, I hate to say this, but we're all true. But what we're all saying about you is actually true. And you can't change it. You're a vile, disgusting piece of trash. That's it. You are not empathetic. You are not sympathetic. You don't care about anybody. Hell, I don't even think you care about yourself. Because if you had any self-respect, you wouldn't have made this fucking video. Wait, what, Nate? Sorry. Yeah, it was a lie. Muzz did hate Julie G. Oh, I don't talk about them with the fork. I don't. I do not. Sorry, let me look at the chat here. Let me go back up. Yeah, she did. Was Julie G a mod for them? I don't remember. But if Julie G was a mod, I was probably a mod with her because I was a mod. Yeah, I was probably their oldest mod they had. But I didn't know if she was a but I don't remember if she was a mod. Muzz did contact the funeral home. Yeah, Belinda Paul, I remember the whole little escapade about that, but I never got involved with it because when I still don't understand the whole Todd Paulson and Julie G thing. I never watched it. I only got the after effects of it, of what was said. I don't. I don't even know what happened. No. It would have been one thing if I watched the live stream of where it happened, but I never saw the live stream where Julie G went after Todd. So I never got involved with that. Does that make sense? I didn't know exactly what had happened, Belinda. So I never made a comment on it. And when people tell me about it, I still don't really make a comment about because I don't really know what happened. All I know is Julie G accused of Todd Paulson of something, and then it turned out to be a lie. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I don't want to. Maybe if I ever find the live stream again, I'll watch it, but I didn't. Oh, see, I was never. Julie G was a mod for Katie Joy. You're right, Belinda Paul. Julie G used to be a mod for Katie Joy. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, never mind. Okay, I remember vaguely now. Okay, from my understanding, Julie G was a mod for Katie Joy. Then Julie G said that Todd Paulson flirted with her and accused Todd Paulson of harassing her or whatever. But like I said, I never saw the live stream, so I'm not exactly sure what had happened or what was said. But people told me that it was a lie. It never happened, and Julie G lied about it. But I never saw the live stream, so I don't know what was said or what actually happened, so I never commented on it. Because it's not my place to comment. Chronic is still around. Chronic is still a mod for the Hogs. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. I just remembered it, Belinda. Yeah, it's just
thought if I
I still say this. She was nice in my chat. I hold no grudges against her. But for Muzz to say that, oh well, she doesn't deserve to be forgiven even in death. That is like Roadhog saying, oh well, Julie G passed. Now her debt is paid. Bullshit. Muzz, go join the pig pen.
Put this out here that this, without, not getting records, I'm not.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. I don't know. I don't watch Muzz. I don't pay attention to her. I really don't. The only time I pay attention to Muzz is if she's in a live stream that I'm watching. But yeah, saying that, oh well, what Julie G did, even though she is dead, doesn't mean she should be forgiven. Is the same thing as saying oh well, she's dead, her debt is paid. Bullshit.
Whatever. This is what I can give. Hopefully it gives squashes some, curiosity, because I know people worried about the GoFundMe, and
nobody was worried about the GoFundMe. Hell, like I said, a lot of people didn't even know there was a GoFundMe.
Fraudulency and all that jazz, so that I can tell you that it's not, right?
The only one who brought up the GoFundMe is you. No one else did.
Right. So that's my information. How about that? Right. That's kind of where I am. I understand different feelings about it. But again, I don't, I only trust myself, whatever I see with my own eyes.
I only trust myself.
Oh my
Stuff
God.
that I see with my own eyes. So I'm going to tell my audience that can potentially reach thousands of people that I don't believe it. That way that I will incite more people to not believe it. That way all y'all can hit the family up. And then, when you find out that she really isn't deceased, because I believe she really isn't, that I'm going to be right. And I win, Julie, because haha.
And I want to say this. It actually backfired because nobody actually did contact the family. Nobody did. The only one who did was Muzz. So, quite frankly, it backfired.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this was all about, you guys. That's what it was about. Now, Terry Lynn, since you're here, thank you for letting us know a little bit more insight. You never heard this stream? Yeah, Terry Lynn, a lot of people have not.
I'm one of them. I never heard of it.
This is what sparked a lot of people who did really like Muzz to go, wait a minute, this is kind of screwed up, dude. Like, a lot of people really had a very bad taste in their mouth about this.
Well, I thank you for that, Fork.
Apologize for it, but it was like a half-ass apology.
But I don't live in that state.
I could help the family or something, and it was just like, no, that's not why you did it. Like, yeah, I know.
But appreciated. If you bark one more time, you're getting the muzzle.
Never seen Muzz's brain. By her logic, it doesn't exist. I know. So, Terry Lynn, I was going to ask you something. What I wanted to ask you, because you're the one that got that info from Mike. That's it. I hope you don't mind that I'm using his name. I know that she did. That's why I thought it'd be okay. But did he see the stream? All right, what prompted him? Did the GoFundMe guy tell him, hey, this girl is hitting me up, asking me questions about your wife? Like, how did he even get wind of all this stuff in the midst of her passing? Like, do you know by any chance? Like, not that it even matters at this point. I'm just curious, I'm curious. That's all. It was just really sad that it got back to him in general, It's just why you don't do shit like this. Like, it's just so fucked up.
So I figured I'll share it before, how narratives start. And
the only one who started a narrative was you. No one else was doing a narrative. Nobody else was questioning it.
There wouldn't have been
Sorry, I forgot to pause it. I muted it, not paused it. God dang it.
Mike, that's it. I hope you don't mind that I'm using his name. I know that she did. That's why I thought it'd be okay. But did he see the stream? All right, what prompted him? Did the GoFundMe guy?
How narratives start, and then by next week, I figured on Twitter there'd be like an alien ship, and you know what I mean? Like, I just figured
nobody was creating narratives or conspiracies. Nobody questioned Julie G's passing, at least openly. The only one who did Muzz was you.
Nah, there wouldn't have been an alien ship. There were a few.
Now, I think the alien ship was actually a snide comment at AZ. That's my opinion. There you go.
Literally, like, I think when I went back to Twitter and tried to figure out who these people were who would, supposedly causing all this or whatever, or really contemplating some really big conspiracy, like, couldn't find it, for one. And for two, there was just a few people who were in my thread anyways, like, are you sure she's really gone? Because, blah, 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 whatever their reasoning was. And I would literally respond to them. You could see me responding to them saying, yes, I'm pretty confident that she is. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that she really is. Like,
now I will say this to AZ and to everybody. Julie G Julie G was a unique individual. But when it came to Julie G, she had a certain typing to her. Okay? So it didn't matter if she was on a stock account. We would all figure it out eventually. If Julie G was still alive, she would be on a sock account right now, and we would have already figured out who she was. If she was still alive, we would have known it by now. It's been 9 to 10 months since she passed. Muzz. Nobody with her typing or with her set word description has ever popped up. There has not been no... What's the term I'm looking for? Julie G inspired accounts is what I'm looking for, because Julie G would create certain names. There was a certain type of way that she would create a name. So if she was alive, we would have known it by now. Oh, that sounds good, Brittany. I thank you for that, Fork. I am actually going back to the Humane Society because I am going to adopt me a little kitten. I think. I don't know. They're overrun with cats, and my one cat needs a kitten, so I'm still debating if I should adopt a kitten or not. Tony don't like him, and the cat don't like Tony, because all Tony does is bark at the cat. He'll just sit there, look at him, and just bark. He just barked again. I'm ready to find love. Oh my God, Ronnie.
So I don't know why she's acting like this huge thing was going on Twitter. Like,
yeah, there was no huge thing going on Twitter. There wasn't.
Prove me fucking wrong, dude. Like, show me where that was happening at. Like, seriously. Yes, it was her. It was in her Google Docs. She first messaged her husband and he blocked her. Are you kidding me right now?
Oh, Stacy said it right there. Okay, there we go.
Are you serious? She first messaged her husband and he blocked her. Oh my God. You're telling me that she hit up Julie's husband. Are you serious? Mike said he blocked the woman. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. That's funny because in her video, I don't think she ever mentions contacting the husband. It's almost like she knew that would be a bad look, right? Gee, if you can't tell your
And she never did mention contacting the husband.
Audience that part and you choose to leave that out. Why so? Is it because you know you're a weirdo? Wow.
She is not a weirdo. She is a psychopath.
Wow. Yo, she contacted her husband. What? Mike told me who all was being requested. Oh my God, dude. I don't know why I missed that part or didn't know that part or I forgot that part. I don't know, but holy crap. Terry Lynn says she sure did request Mike and ask if she was dead. I just yo, let me tell you something. Sometimes these people are lucky this is the internet. Let me tell you. Because if anybody ever did this to any of my family members in real life, I would catch a case. I would warn them in advance. I'm about to catch a case. You're about to get your ass whooped. This is so fucked up. I can't believe she hit her husband up, dude. Who does that? I thought it was bad going at the friends in the GoFundMe, dude. Either I knew she hit the husband up and forgot or whatever. Maybe I didn't know. I don't know. That's so weird. Dude, I would flip a lid, dude. Lauren T, I would flip all the dust, dude. Can you imagine having someone contact?
Oh, so Fork is somebody we know. We just got to figure out who. Hey, Muzz, we need your investigative skills. I'm kidding.
Contacted you after your spouse parent passed away and demand that you verify that they actually deceased. And the crazy part is this too. Like, let's say that the daughter and the husband responded to her. Let's say that she hit them up and they responded and they said, yes, she's really deceased. Muzz would turn around and say, well, the husband and daughter confirmed it, but like, is it the same one that we knew? Probably not, because I haven't seen it to believe it. You know what I mean? Like, what would that have done? Because if
See, and I really think she wanted to see the dead body. That's my opinion. I think she wanted somebody to send her pictures of Julie G lying in state. That's my opinion, but that's what I believe.
If the friend's word wasn't good enough and he only, you know what I'm saying? Like, would that have even been good enough? I don't know. It's like, what do you want? What do you want here? Like, what would make you believe it? Nothing? Then why even bother making the video? You're here, you're telling us you don't believe it. Nothing will make you believe it, basically. But in the beginning of the video, you're saying you're doing it to squash rumors and prevent trolls. Like, make it make sense, Muzz. This is how far gone you are. You can't even realize how contradictory your own stream is. Because it's not based in reality or truth. That's why.
Well, I don't think Muzz lives in reality anymore.
Smush.
Funny how that works.
Originally, again, I was just looking for myself, and I was like, you know, I could just see people tweeting, and still this, and what about this, and this, and so that's pretty much that. Let me scroll now up, because thank you for listening to my.
Like AZ said it before, the only reason why she did this is to spread doubt in people's minds. That's all she wanted to do. She wanted to do two things: to justify what she did, which she failed miserably, and number two, she wanted to spread doubt. She wanted people to think that Julie G was not dead. Okay? I don't need to see proof if somebody dies. I'm not going to look for proof. Look. If Nikki May died tomorrow, I'm not going to create a live stream and go, okay, so Nikki May is dead, but I'm not sure she's dead. So I need help looking for the obituary. Does anybody have her Facebook? Does anybody know who I'm not going to do that. If Nikki May died tomorrow, God forbid, and the only thing I'm going to say is, damn. I'm not going to actively look to prove if she is dead. No.
Presentation of the info. It's not that much. It's just, I just wanted to explain to you where my thought process was, because that's the only way I know how to be, is way too honest. Gets me in trouble sometimes.
You have no thought process. Your mind does not work.
Hi, Mel. Joe. Hi, Joe. Yeah, I know. Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's a matter of what you do with it, right? Right? I mean,
I know what you can do with your
it.
opinion. Shove it up your ass, Muzz.
I'm not going to make a comment because I already made a comment earlier, and that cost me about $40 to make that one comment.
That's what you could do.
I don't know if it was Michelle or if it was Terry Lynn, I'll be honest.
Oh, Angel Play. Anyone who knew her online has no business prying. It would be for curiosity, not concern.
Yeah, I think I got up there already. Okay, let's go back here. Actually, I don't know who she is. Sending exactly, right? Sending prayers to the family.
bullshit, Muzz. You don't care about the family.
Because either, hey, Kayla, because someone did pass, and it's very unfortunate.
Yeah, you keep saying someone passed. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. How many times do I have to tell you this? Julie G passed. Not someone passed. Julie G passed. She's gone, Muzz. No matter what you believe, no matter what you think, no matter how you sleep at night, she is gone. She is never coming back. And you had to live with the fact that you treated her horribly. And you are still treating her disrespectfully. And her family. And you still are today.
I mean, nobody likes to deal with that, right? Well, Belinda, I understand that that's how you feel. I just was seeing people go, I just, wanted to.
Nobody was questioning it, Muzz. Only you were.
Squash again.
But like I said, let me rephrase that. Nobody was questioning it openly. Only you were, Muzz. Only you were the one that went the distance. Nobody else did. You decided in your best interest to make yourself feel better to do what you did. But here's the thing. Julie G is dead. You horrible, horrible, disgusting, vile woman. Julie G is gone. She's never coming back. You treated her like garbage. You have to live with it. And I hope it keeps you up at night knowing how horribly you treated her.
What I could see online, so people would hopefully just let it be, because you just know that sometimes it just people are curious, trolls happen, right?
The only troll is you.
Does anyone know who put the info out? I don't know that. I literally just reactivated my Twitter today.
Okay. Muzz, you knew who put the info out there. You knew. We all knew who did it. Oh my god, I can't with this woman. I can't.
Oh, Gingerly, hi, honey. I'm so glad. I mean, right. Not great timing, but exactly. Thank you, Gingerly. That's exactly sort of where I wanted to go with this, as I was just explaining my thought process. But in the end, someone lost someone, and that's sad.
You don't care. You do not care. And I like this. I like looking at Muzz's chat. People are not even telling her to stop or to shut up. Nobody in her chat is telling Muzz this is wrong.
Right? That's just sad.
Is it sad, Muzz? Do you really believe that?
Right.
Because
and I get it. And some people were asking me, like, what about this? And what about
Yes. That is Tony. He is barking and I don't know why.
About that? And I was like, you know what? In the end, all that stuff is, I don't want people reporting a GoFundMe, and this guy with the Venmo, I don't want them like harassing him, because it's all.
Nobody was going to harass them. You put the GoFundMe and the Venmo out there. You are the one putting this info out. This info was not put out in the beginning. You put it out there. If something happened, Muzz, it's because of you. You.
Who in their right mind? What report a GoFundMe for what, dude? You are the only one who didn't believe the girl was really deceased.
Exactly. She was the only one.
You. And you're trying to literally, yo, this is making me so angry. Like, literally, I feel like one of her goals was to A, be right, and to B, maybe incite people to not believe with her. Like I said, it makes no sense that she's trying to quash rumors and trying to prevent trolls and trying to prevent people from contacting the family. But then in this, on the same coin, she's saying, I don't really think it was her. It was the Julie, but it wasn't the Julie we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? All right, it's crazy.
For this family,
Okay,
right?
Stacey.
And you just know people would. I'm not saying anyone here, but you just know how this stuff works, right? So, you know how I always say, I like to give out information and let people do with it what they will. And that's where I was willing to, I'm not willing to do anything else. I hope everyone else is. And let me preface with, I know I have, absolutely no, what's the word I'm looking for? I have no say over what anyone's going to be doing.
Okay, let's see here. You have no morals, no empathy, no sympathy. Your give a damn is busted. You have no morals. You have no comprehension of what you just did to a family. But you knew that this was wrong. Yet you didn't give a damn.
Right? I have no. I can't say, please don't, reach out. Please don't troll them. Please don't. I can say it. Obviously, people are going to do what they want to do. I'm just hoping that this squashes it and they can grieve this week because someone lost an important part of their family, and that's awful. It's awful no matter what.
All right, so
right? Because
okay, I have something special here that I could show you guys. Unreal, dude. Oh my god. All right, we're going to come back to this stream real quick. I got to show you something. We're going to stop for a second and I'm going to show you something else. Let me just bring it up here. Thank you very much, Stacey. You guys thought that this was bad? Like, unreal. Okay. Let me open in a new window. Okay. All right, so this was part of the whole, I think this was in the Google Drive, maybe? Was this in the Google Drive? Okay. What you're looking at now, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to zoom in too. I tried to reach out to her husband, but he blocked me. Probably thought I was nuts. Oh, gee. I'm going to go with he definitely thought you were nuts. I'm going to go with you probably should never hit up a deceased person's husband while they're grieving. She already told us her obituary wasn't even up yet from the funeral home. Let's think about this for a second before I finish reading this. The woman, she knows from calling the funeral home that this is so fresh, that this news is so new that the lady's obituary from the funeral home is not even published yet. But she still took it upon herself to hit up the husband and say, oh yeah, he blocked me, probably thought I was nuts. So the person says, I might have met her once or twice. Okay, so this is the Venmo guy. This is the guy.
Yeah, why did she even have to do this? Why? Why did she have to do this?
Guy who was doing the GoFundMe and saying, hey, I have a Venmo. This is the...
Okay, hold on 1 second. I will be right back. Sorry about that. All right, so let's continue with this.
This must be Mike's coworker. Okay, I got it. So he says, I might have met her once or twice over the years, but nope, I can't say I know her. Mike and I are close though. And then he goes, it's definitely her. See, now, Muzz left that part out, didn't she? She didn't say that he wrote back and said, it's definitely her.
Yeah, see, it's definitely her. And you know what? Who cares what she did online, Muzz? Who cares? Who cares what she did online?
Her. I don't think, if she did, I missed that part. But, and then she says, unbelievable, dude. And then she says, okay, thanks. Sorry for asking so much. She just lied a lot online. And people question her illnesses due to her explanation of them. So listen, before I go on, I don't want nobody talking about her illnesses or what she definitely had, what she did. Dude.
See, I don't know what she had or didn't have. I never questioned her medical. Okay, but I know some people did. But you were the only one reaching out, Muzz. You. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't even bring it up. We're not here to talk about Julie, please. Okay, the lady ain't here to defend herself. I don't want to talk about her, so I know it might be in some of yours nature to just try to do that right now, but we're here to talk about Muzz. I don't want to go.
Now, this is the problem I have. I think strangers online may prefer the GoFundMe, but I'll offer the Venmo. She never offered either of them, nor did she donate to either one of them. And that's the problem that I have is, you know. And if I was going to do something, I would do a GoFundMe. I would promote the GoFundMe just because there is that certainty of it being backed by GoFundMe itself. So if there was a fraud, I would get my money back.
There with Julie, she ain't here to defend herself. Please just leave that whole thing out of it before I go on. Thank you very much for understanding. Okay, thanks. Sorry for asking so much. She just lied a lot online, and people question her illnesses due to her explanation of them. So I needed to make sure. I needed to make sure. I think strangers online may prefer the GoFundMe, but I'll offer the Venmo. I can't promise anyone would want to donate, but I'll offer. Wow.
She didn't offer either, and I want to point that out.
Wow. Oh my
So, Muzz, you still think this is okay? Do you?
God, dude. I'm sorry. This is like just sinking in. Like, what? Let's read this one more time, because I'm sorry. Come again? Like, I'm the one reading it, and I'm like, huh? Y'all must confused. I can't even talk. I'm so beside myself right now. This is Muzz in the blue reaching out to Julie's husband's friend who had the fundraiser going on. Okay? Just so you're aware. I tried to reach out to her husband, but he blocked me. Probably thought I was nuts. Then the friend says, I might have met her once or twice over the years, but nope, I can't say I know her. Mike and I are...
So she admitted that she reached out to the husband first, and he blocked her. So her idea was, oh, let's contact the friend.
Close though. It's definitely her. Okay, thanks. Sorry for asking so much. She just lied a lot online, and people question her illnesses due to her explanation of them. Oh my God, dude. You are saying the lady's a liar to somebody who cares about her husband anyways? Are you serious? Now, the lady isn't even in the ground yet, and you're doing this? You're telling...
Now, I will say this. Anybody who defends Muzz, especially after this, Don't come into my chat. Don't even acknowledge me. This is horrible. And you want to justify this behavior? No.
Telling people about how people. What are you doing? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Oh my God. So sometimes I really wonder how people make it through life, you guys. I'm telling you right now, right? She's so nice. Sounds like a you problem. You know?
I would hope many things that I would sadly be mistaken about. So, as
you are mistaken about everything. You are mistaken about everything.
you can imagine, you know what I mean? Listen, like I said, I often sort of check myself by just, researching for myself.
No, you don't, because if you checked yourself, you wouldn't have made this fucking video.
But I just kept seeing more tweets and more conspiracies, and I was like, maybe this will help, and then we can.
No, the only one thinking that there was a conspiracy and seeing if there was more, and seeing that there could be something from nothing was you. No one else.
Let them move on. He is sort of a burrito. Okay, Shay, you know what? You're getting a little too much here with the steak for Muzzy. For those of you watching who don't know, that is my dog that they are constantly telling me I'm being mean to.
You are laughing in this stream. You think this is all fun and games? You think this is funny? See, this is why I know you're nothing but a piece of shit.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, listen, opinions, it's opinion time now, I get it. I get every sort of view about it.
No, you don't get it at all. You do not get it at all. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because she gets into her dog licking his butt crack and all that, which I think is also disturbing. Why would you say something about that online? Okay, that's just disgusting. But what we have learned here tonight is Julie G is gone. She is not coming back. Muzz, you treated her like shit, both in life and in death. Number 4, you don't have a leg to stand on. You don't deserve to have a platform. And anybody who defends you, which is number 5, is as vile and disgusting as you are. You cannot say we took this out of context because we played the whole stream. You are a vile piece of trash. But you know what? I wish you a better life than what you gave to Julie G. I do. I wish you a better outcome in your life than what you did to Julie G and her family. Now, I will stand by my conviction earlier. God has the power to forgive, not you. I'm not God, but as a human being, I will never forgive you, Muzz. I don't care how many I'm sorry's you say or how you try to justify this over and over. You ain't getting sympathy from me regardless of what happens to you. But I wish you a better life and a better outcome than what you gave to Julie G. Now, I said what I had to say. I said what I had to say through the video. I hope I answered some questions that I could answer because there was a part of another community that she was part of, and Muzz, you're just a vindictive, petty piece of shit. There's nothing more to say. That's it. I hope you all have a great night. I'll see you all soon. You guys have a great weekend. And I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your week. I'll see everybody soon. Thank you for coming. Oh, and like I said, if you're on replay, if you want to donate to AZ's little girl, her Amazon wish list is in the chat and it's pinned at the top. Good night, everybody, and I shall see you soon. Thank you for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you.